for what these American aviators achieved and what they overcame. The museum is located at 505 West Richardson Avenue in Artesia. The Artesia High School 2025 Homecoming Parade is Friday, September 26th at 4 p.m. The theme is Bulldogs Take on the World. Parade entry forms and fees must be turned in to the AHS front office by 3:30 p.m. Thursday, 9/18. For more info, call Jennifer 575-746-9816. To have your event listed on the KSVP community calendar, email calendar@ksvpradio.com. Please let us know at least 1 week in advance.
This is KSVP and K229 AS Artesia.
News Hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Eyewitnesses speak in stunned disbelief at the assassination of conservative champion Charlie Kirk, fatally shot yesterday during a debate outdoors at Utah Valley University. The shot believed to have been fired from a distant rooftop. President Trump mourns the loss of the Turning Point USA CEO and Salem radio talk host, calling him a martyr for truth and freedom.
Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America.
House Speaker Mike Johnson suggests it's time to quit the hate-filled political speech, including the nonstop name-calling, like labeling opponents Hitler and fascist.
I'm just going to state the obvious here. This is detestable, what's happened. Political violence has become all too common in American society, and this is not who we are.
The assassin remains at large. Charlie Kirk was 31 years old, leaves behind a wife and 2 young daughters. It is an annual tradition that's going strong all these years later. Ceremonies remembering the almost 3,000 people killed in the 9/11 terror attacks. It was 24 years ago today, and today will bring memorial services in New York, the World Trade Center site just outside Washington, at the Pentagon, and in Somerset County, Pennsylvania, where the heroes of United Flight 93 brought down the plane. Inflation heated up last month. Price of gas, groceries, hotel rooms, and airfare rose, along with the cost of clothing and used cars. Consumer prices rose 2.9% in August from a year earlier. That's up from 2.7% the previous month, and it is the biggest increase since January. And on Wall Street, ahead of the opening bell this morning, the Dow futures up 104 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you, when I told my mom, it's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
South Korea says a charter plane that is planned to carry South Korean workers who were detained in an immigration raid in Georgia will depart today to return home.
The workers who were detained in an immigration raid in Georgia will depart Thursday at noon to return home. South Korea's foreign ministry made the announcement but gave no further details. A total of 475 workers, more than 300 of them South Koreans, were rounded up in the September 4th raid at the battery factory under construction at Hyundai's sprawling auto plant. Airport officials in Atlanta said earlier that the return flight planned for Wednesday had been cancelled. I'm Karen Shanna.
The Prime Minister of Qatar has accused Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of destroying hopes for hostage releases in Gaza. This follows an Israeli attack on Hamas leaders in Doha. The Qatari diplomat's comments made before a United Nations appearance reflect growing anger among the Gulf Arab countries. News and analysis at townhall.com. Federal prosecutors in the nation's capital will no longer bring felony charges against people for possessing rifles or shotguns in the District of Columbia, according to a new policy adopted by the leader of the nation's largest U.S. Attorney's Office.
That office will continue to pursue charges when someone is accused of using a shotgun or rifle in a violent crime or has a criminal record that makes it illegal to have a firearm. Local authorities in Washington can prosecute people for illegally possessing unregistered rifles and shotguns. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro said in a statement that the change is based on guidance from the Justice Department and the Office of Solicitor General and conforms with 2 Supreme Court decisions on gun rights. The new policy also covers large-capacity magazines, but does not apply to handguns. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
On Wall Street, the NASDAQ futures are up 81 points, while the S&P futures are ahead 17, ahead of this morning's opening bell. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the
Menifee. Camille is owner of Chez Camille. Thanks for making Artesia women beautiful. Happy retirement. We will miss you. And this is from all your happy customers. Today, Camille, you're going to receive a flower from Nell's Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Camille Menifee. Well, I don't appear to be sharp dressed today. Hey, good morning. Welcome once again to the Good Morning Artesia Radio Show. I'm Gene Dow, filling in for Scott Pettis, our Tuesday and Thursday host. And we are getting ready for, what is it, day 2 of the air show and day 1 of Red Dirt, Black Gold, and it's still going to be stupid hot, which is kind of crazy. We got a few guests lined up for the show today. Scott is off today helping people jump out of airplanes. And I'm not going to... I'll say a few words about the Charlie Kirk thing. I'm not going to spent a lot of time. The radio network that he was associated with was Salem Radio Network, and the Salem Radio Network provides us with the town hall news that you hear at the top of the bottom of the hour, and they provide us with the Chris DeGaulle show. And so I figured they would take quite a bit of time on his show talking about the issue. I will say it was kind of weird yesterday. We were just kind of minding our own business, doing our stuff around the radio station yesterday, and I'm trying to remember if I got a text from one of our guys, or I think it came up on the Clay and Buck show yesterday afternoon toward the end of their show, right before 1 o'clock, that he had been shot. And I mentioned it to a couple of folks, and then somebody sent me the clip, the video clip of the shooting where he got hit, and I saw that, and I went, well, it's going to take a divine miracle if he's going to survive that. And as it turned out, he didn't survive the shooting that took his life. And it's interesting to see. I late yesterday, I finally popped on X just to see what people were saying, and it's interesting, different people's reactions to the shooting. As expected, there were people on that platform, and I'm sure on other social media platforms, that were celebrating the shooting and the eventual death of Charlie Kirk, a conservative commentator who would go into the lion's den, as you would say, and go to college campuses and do something unthinkable, engage in conversation with college students. And I don't know about you, I've seen the shorts on YouTube, and have watched and they're edited, and you know, there are certain ones that are used to kind of make a point, but in any case, it's not right. It's not good. And there's been at least one commentator on cable news that has lost their job because of the stupid things that they were saying, and I guess some other people in entertainment, left-leaning entertainment, have been a little more reserved in their commentary, and you know, saying political violence is not acceptable in politics, and blah blah blah. And that's fine. I saw our governor put out a statement, our attorney general put out a statement, and praying for the family, and saying that is not acceptable form of political speak. So I'm not sure what the answer is going to be. There's several people I know that are conservatives that I mentioned the incident to, and they had not really heard of Charlie Kirk. They didn't know who that was. So he was known in certain circles, and in conservative media. I think most people in conservative media knew of Charlie Kirk. I think he's been to Albuquerque a couple times, or at least has attempted to go to Albuquerque a couple of times, and have conversations with students at university. But as the case with him and Ann Coulter and other conservative speakers, there seems to be a big effort on college campuses across the country to not allow what they classify as hate speech on their campuses, and that's really kind of a shame. And professors and leadership at colleges and universities who don't stand up for free speech, and don't stand up for at least the opportunity for their students to hear differing viewpoints from differing sides, is really kind of a shame. And I think that's where he specialized with his Turning Point USA efforts, is to have conversations with young people. Young people grow up. There's a certain period in their life where, as growing up, kids adore their parents, and then they want independence from their parents, and then their parents are the dumbest people on the planet. I can't wait to get away from my parents. And then they go on to college campuses where the common groupthink is really outside the norm for most people. A lot of socialism and communism is talked about, discussed, and the evils of corporate America and profit, and why do I have to pay for things when the government should do it for free and go after all the rich people who are rich on the back of the workers, and they get indoctrinated with a lot of this or exposed to a lot of this, and then their life, for most of them, life situations change. They get older, they have to get a job, maybe they get confronted with a family situation and they have to deal with that, and attitudes change, and I mean, it's just kind of a cycle that we go through. But trying to convince younger people of a more conservative way of thinking things, and personal responsibility, and it's not always somebody else's fault. You are responsible for your situation that you're in, and you're responsible for dealing with the situation that you're in, and it's a tough sell sometimes. But in any case, it's never good when these types of things happen. Hopefully they'll get the shooter or the people involved in the shooting. There's all kinds of wild rumors flying around on the internet as to where the shooter was, how many people were involved. Was this just a wacko with a gun, or was this part of a deeper plot? Is there some kind of message that's trying to be sent to people like Charlie Kirk? Or is this just a wacko with a gun? So we'll hopefully find out more as this continues. I didn't know much about this college. I think Lana heard this too. I think they had like a student population of 40,000. I mean, it's a pretty big college. Although sometimes you wonder if those numbers refer to total student population, as opposed to people that are actually living on campus and attending classes in person, because there's so much online learning that goes on now. And so if you're an online student, does that count as a student as part of the 40,000? I'm not clear on that, but that's a lot of that's a lot of people. That's a pretty big institution, and it looks like there were a lot of people there at the event to hear and see Charlie and his show that he puts on with the interviews with people, and so we'll see what the investigation results in. It's just going to be real. There's a lot of people on the right that are mad, and there's a lot of people on the right that are upset and are saying we're just not going to take this anymore. We can't constantly be told that we're Nazis and that we're Hitler and that we're evil and that we're dictators and that we're trying to overthrow democracy. And people on the conservative side, we're tired of it. We're tired of being told that we're evil people. And I don't care whether it's your congressman or whether it's people in state government or your governor, or whether it's politicians on the national level, and commentators on talk shows and stuff. We're tired of it. We're not evil. We're not horrible people. We're not anti-democracy. We're pro-republic. We're pro-constitution. We're pro-free speech. We're pro-constitution, if I didn't say that already. And we're trying to preserve the Constitution and the Founding Fathers and the founding of this country and the principles of the country of rugged individualism and personal responsibility. And we're not evil dictators that want to disappear people in the middle of the night for some kind of other purpose. And so when this type of situation happens, it's going to be very interesting to see what the reaction is from those of us that are on the conservative side and are on the right. Are we going to just quietly go about our business, or are we going to speak up? Or are more people going to speak up? And are we going to say enough is enough? We see the crime. I mean, we see idiots like that J.B. Pritzker in Illinois, the mayor of was it Boston or Baltimore? our Albuquerque mayor, our governor, our politicians like Gabe Vasquez and Teresa Ledger Fernandez and all these other people that are supposedly in a position of leadership. Are we going to continue to just accept what they tell us is the right way to do things, or are we finally, as a state and as a nation, are we going to finally stand up to these left-leaning, left-wing idiots and say, no, you're wrong. We're not the problem. You're the problem. We need people. We need border security. You need to cooperate with ICE. We need to get people out of this country that are here illegally, that rape and murder and steal. We need people who commit crimes in jail or in a mental institution, whatever is necessary to help these people out. We can't have people who've been arrested 14 previous times who are suffering from schizophrenia riding on public transportation, killing people randomly. We can't allow that to happen. That's got to stop. We can't have retail in our country continue to close and retract and shut down and pull out of areas because our leadership is refusing to arrest people and put them in jail, and repeat offenders and put them in jail, and quit treating certain levels of crime as something we're going to investigate, and other levels of crime as, well, they're just hungry and they need food. I mean, there's just so much in our, especially in our big cities and in our other areas. It's just wrong. It's just not right. That's not how a civilized society accepts the actions of its citizens. We've got, graffiti. We can't allow graffiti. I mean, it's as simple as that. Graffiti and picking up trash and cleaning up things, and it's little things that build up to big things. And the more we tolerate it, and the more we accept it, and the more we allow it, and the more we make excuses for it, the more it's going to continue to grow. And then we're going to reach a point where it's just not sustainable anymore. And then things happen like what happened yesterday at the college there in Utah, where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. So we got to start, being accountable for our actions and take personal responsibility. And we've got to demand that the people that we're around and we associate with live to a high standard. At work and in our businesses and in our lives, and maybe we can start to turn this thing around. It's got to be in our entertainment. It's got to be, we've got to have high standards in our entertainment. I think one of the ones that bugs me the most, and I've used the word, but the the word, the F word, and it seems nowadays, if you're out in public, it seems like it's an acceptable word. I still can't say it on the radio. I'm not going to say it on the radio. I refuse to say it on the radio. And I've, hit the thumb with the hammer and said the discouraging words, but to me, personally, that's an example of the lowering of the standards. When we, as adults, accept that the use of profanity is okay in common language conversation. To me, that's an indication that we've lowered our standards below where they need to be. Does that mean I'm opposed to swearing? Like I said, but when it becomes a common word that we just throw in and use all the time, and whether it's on media and music or entertainment or just in polite public conversation, that's just, and like I said earlier, it's a little thing, but a bunch of little things add up to big things. And you see it with weeds and trash and not cleaning up property and not taking pride in our own personal experience, and then we devolve into foul language as our common language, and we don't hold people that we know or work with to common standards of of acceptable behavior and so forth, then the whole thing just starts to swirl. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that. Let's take the break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at our lunch menus and all that good stuff, and we'll see what the day brings us today on the Good Morning Artesia radio show.
Prepare for liftoff, Earthlings. Kremlin Auto Group is beaming up as a proud sponsor of the 2025 National Championship Air Races. Experience the thrill, the speed, and the skies. Join Kremlin Auto Group September 10th through the 14th in Roswell for high-flying action that's truly out of this world. Learn more at KAGNM.com.
It is much easier to prevent business fraud than to clean up the damage after fraudulent activities. First American Bank is committed to introducing the newest technology and treasury management solutions. With First American Bank as your business partner, we can help you with our recommended fraud prevention products and best practices to proactively keep your business finances more secure. Talk to a banker today to find out more. First American Bank, your local first community bank since 1903. Member FDIC.
The Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center now has their very own website. Visit artesiamuseum.org to stay up to date on events and exhibits. Look through historical photos of Artesia, submit research requests, and more. For information, please call 575-748-7345. Stop by the Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center at 505 West Richardson Avenue or online at artesiamuseum.org. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 4. This ad paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Attention high school students and parents. Now is the time to make your plans to come visit the most affordable university in the Southwest, Eastern New Mexico University. ENMU is hosting our annual high school open house preview day on Saturday, October 18th. Come learn about scholarships, discover majors, talk with current students and faculty, and win some great prizes. Sign up today at enmu.edu/open house. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
At First Church Artesia, we proclaim Christ as King over all. Located at 4th and Grand, we're a family exalting His reign in every corner of life, work, home, and community. Join us Sundays at 10:45 a.m. for reverent, family-integrated worship and Bible preaching that transforms. From Artesia streets to your soul, it's all of Christ for all of life. Visit artesiareform.com or find us on Facebook. First Church Artesia, His kingdom rules.
School's back, and it's time to get your vehicle ready with back-to-school service specials at Tate Branch Auto Group. Get an oil change, brake inspection, tire rotation, multi-port check, and battery test, all starting at just $59.95 for gas, $69.95 for synthetic, and $99.99 for diesel. No appointment needed, and we're open on Saturdays to fit your schedule. Call 575-748-1317 or schedule online at TateBranchDodgeChryslerJeep.com. Experience the Tate difference, where service meets savings.
As the seasons change, it can be a great time to refresh your oral health too. Here's a few fall tooth care tips from Smile Expressions in Artesia. Fall is a great time to switch out your toothbrush. Toothbrushes should be replaced every 3 to 4 months. With fall coming comes fall baking, which means lots of sugar-laden treats. In addition to the goodies, try reaching for fruits and vegetables that are rich in fiber. And as the end of your insurance year approaches, now could be the perfect time to take advantage of any unused dental benefits. Please call and schedule your appointment today at Smile Expressions in Artesia.
If you're a service member, veteran, a family member who's feeling alone,
whether you're in crisis or not,
don't remain silent.
There is help out there.
Talk to someone you can trust.
Free confidential support is available 24/7 through the Veterans Crisis Line. Just text or call 988 and press 1 for veterans. Talking to someone about suicide won't increase the risk of suicide. It could save a life. Brought to you by the New Mexico Department of Veteran Services, the Department of Health, and this station.
Well, let's take a look at our lunch menus and other items for today, the schedule for the next day or so. For the kiddos in the Artesia Public Schools, they're going to be chomping on breakfast muffin for breakfast today. Lunch today will be the green enchiladas, the lettuce and tomato, the pinto beans, and the fruit cocktail. So we've got green enchiladas, lettuce and tomato, and pinto beans for lunch today. Boy, I wish somebody would... Anyway, Bring some of that to me. All right, senior meal site today. Looks like they're going to be having the chicken Alfredo, the penny pasta, the Italian blend vegetables, the garlic bread stick, and the peaches. So it's chicken Alfredo, penny pasta, Italian blend vegetables, and garlic bread stick at the senior meal site today. At the senior center today, they're going to open up the doors at 8. They'll have the exercise video at 8:15. Painters will be painting at 9 o'clock. The line dance beginners will be at 9:30. Line dancers will then head over to Artesia Health at 10 o'clock. We've got the bridge at 1 o'clock. We've got the Swedish weaving at 1:30. We've got the Texas Hold'em at 2 o'clock. And we've got the stained glass at 2:30. All-day bridge will be going on today at the senior center. And there is a dance tonight at 7 o'clock. Cibolo Springs will be in the house. And they'll have the finger foods. Got something in my throat that's just bugging me here this morning. And I don't have my sippy cup. I need to get my sippy cup. I got one of the ones on eBay. It said only used by President Biden 2 times. So it was a heck of a deal. So yeah, Cibolo Springs in the house and finger foods. At the library today, it's going to be toddler time. That's at 10:30. The teen craft is this afternoon at 4 o'clock. And the after-school STEM is this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Then there's game night tonight. After-hours game night will be from 6 until 7:30. So we've got the toddler time, the STEM. It's cards and board games. Card games and board games. So that's tonight at 6 o'clock. Teen Crafternoon at 4. Let's see. Teen Crafternoon. Yeah, I was just looking to see if I'd written down what the craft is, but I don't see that on here. So get over there to enjoy that. School calendar today. What do we have going on today? Is that my sippy cup? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. See if I can get that out of my out of my throat. Let's see. 9th grade white volleyball at Carlsbad today. FFA at the State Fair. 9th grade orange football at Clovis. That's 4 o'clock. The Creed Theater performance will be at 9 a.m. this morning at the admin building. Hermosa has a PTO meeting today. That'll be at 12:30. Roselawn has a PTO meeting today. That'll be at 3:30. And looks like there's some Zia football today at Zia, 4 o'clock this afternoon. So there'll be a lot of folks over by Zia School this afternoon watching their kiddos play football. Birthdays today. We've got Buddy Barber and Jose Montes, who's having a birthday today. So happy birthday to Buddy and Jose. I don't know what that is, and it's just stuck in my throat. Let's go ahead and take the break. We'll see what's happening around the world with our news. And let's see, do we have any other guests today? What are we working on today for guests? What do we have? We've got Student Council coming in here in a few minutes, so we'll have them on the radio for you when we come back here in a few minutes on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. But first... I got a couple minutes to talk. Okay. Let's see. Red Dirt Black Gold tonight is New Mexico Heritage Night. And there's a lot of folks doing a lot of work yesterday, getting all the fencing and the gates and the barricades all put up. We got there in time to be directed properly to get our trailer parked. Now, what they've done is they parked us back over towards the food area in the Heritage Plaza, and so we're near the pump house. As you come out of the Heritage Walkway and walk into the Heritage Park, our trailer is there. And I think the plan is when the football game gets started tomorrow night, we're going to have our TVs hanging on the trailer. And so if you're over on that part of the area enjoying the food and the snacks, you'll be able to watch the football game from our 55-inch TVs that we have on our trailer. So that's where we are. We got that all parked and put in place yesterday. So a lot of folks getting that ready to go. So today it's New Mexico Heritage Night, and there's live music tonight, and that's what we've got going on with the Red Dirt Black Gold. Starts tonight. Okay, let's take the break, and we'll be back with more on the Good Morning Artesia radio show right after this.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Sorello. At Artesia City Council this week, the council gave approval to the Chamber of Commerce to host an urban Airstream rally in town. The event consisting of groups of people who own Airstream travel trailers who camp together and spend a few days in town while giving back to the community by making or donating items. It'll be the state's first ever Airstream rally, and it takes place in November to coincide with the Balloons, Barbecue, Brews, and Bands event. The Artesia City Council also gave approval for Viva Skydive to be at the airport this weekend for tandem skydiving. The original plans called for a different firm to do the event, but the city says unexpected circumstances called for some changes. The city says spots for skydiving are already booked out, but there will still be plenty of space for spectators. And the council gave approval to the finance department to hold a city auction on October 11th. Items up for bidding will be power tools, vehicles, exercise equipment, and more. Roswell police report a man has been arrested in Albuquerque on a warrant for multiple counts of armed robbery, including the heist at the Farmers Country Market in Roswell and the theft of a church van that was then used in that crime. 29-year-old Brandon Harris was identified as one of the two suspects. Harris is expected to be brought back to Roswell today to face the charges in court. The second suspect has not yet been identified. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Cold and flu season is almost here, Artesia. Protect yourself and the people you love. At Lowell's Pharmacy, your health is our priority. Getting your flu shot now means peace of mind all season long. It's quick, easy, and covered by most insurance. Don't wait until it's too late. Stop by Lowell's Pharmacy today and roll up your sleeve. Stay healthy, Artesia, with a flu shot from your hometown pharmacy, Lowell's Pharmacy.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. Let's catch up on a little bit of volleyball over this past week, as Artesia is now 5-1. Tuesday night defeating Clovis 25-18, 25-20, 25-18. Clovis 3-3. Artesia led by Macon Martinez's 7 kills. She's a junior for the Lady Bulldogs, who will be playing host to Hobbs in their next match next Tuesday. Carlsbad is in the middle of a 10-day layoff. Next will be Lovington next Tuesday. Carlsbad swept 3-0 by Hot Springs last Saturday in their last outing. And we've got Loving playing in action on Saturday at home against Dexter Lovingston with just one win. Football action tonight. Carlsbad playing at Cibola in Albuquerque starts at 7 o'clock. Carlsbad 2-1, Cibola also 2-1. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio, AM 990.
How'd you like to be the tech boss of your home? You already are. You just don't know it. I'm Kim Commando. My free newsletter is rated 5 out of 5 stars at Google and Trustpilot. You need to have tech smarts. Amelia can get my free newsletter to stay tech ahead at getkim.com. Here's a power move. Pause the internet by device. If you have a modern Wi-Fi router like Eero, Google Nest, TP-Link, or even Xfinity's latest, open the app and you'll see every device connected to your network. Your kid's iPad, the Xbox, your teen's phone. Tap one, hit pause internet, and boom. No more TikTok, no more YouTube, no more just 5 more minutes. You can even create a schedule like no Wi-Fi after 9 p.m. or hit pause in real time when it's time for dinner, homework, or just some peace of mind. And yes, you can unpause it with one tap too. This trick also works great when you need a break from distractions. It's like having a digital timeout button, and trust me, it works way better than yelling from the kitchen. Get more genius tricks like this with my newsletter at getkim.com. Tech is amazing, but it does take a toll on our lives. We're all guilty of spending hours just hunched over our screens, and those times of endless doom scrolling. It's not just draining your mind, it's aging your body too. That's why I take Native Path Collagen every single day. It helps replenish what your body loses over time by repairing joint and skin damage and restoring that youthful glow from the inside out. Outsmart the digital fatigue and take the supplement your tech-filled life needs. Native Path Collagen. Because screen time shouldn't show on your face. You'll feel the difference naturally with my 45% off deal. That's 45% off with free shipping and a free gift bundle. Here's what you need to do. Go to getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim. Get 45% off right now at getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Terpening & Son Mortuary of Artesia presents a listing of today's obituaries. We do have one announcement to share with you. Amelia Segura of Lake Arthur, New Mexico, passed away on September 9th at the age, on September 9th at the age of 74. Amelia was born in Lake Arthur in September 1950. She had one sister, Lupe, and 5 brothers, Nevis, Juan, David, Martin, and Jose Chavarria. Amelia married Jesse Segura. They had 4 children, Jessica, Justina, Jesse, and Karina. Amelia was the grandmother to 3 children and was preceded in death by her parents, her husband Jesse, and her brother Jose. Memorial services will be held at Lake Arthur Catholic Church on September 13th. That's on Saturday. Viewing will be from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m., 10:45 a.m. The Rosary will be recited from 10:45 to 11:45. Services will be at 12 noon, with burial to follow at Lake Arthur Cemetery. Once again, Amelia Segura passed away at her home in Lake Arthur on September 9th at the age of 74. Funeral services will take place on Saturday. This listing has been presented as a service by Terpening & Son Mortuary of Artesia, where we make it personal. Let's see what the markets are reacting to on the Wall Street Business Report.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Andrew Stewart. Ford Motor Company recalling more than 1 million vehicles.
The rear-view camera may show a blank or distorted image on the center display screen while the vehicle is in reverse, which can reduce or distort the driver's view of what's behind the car and increase the risk of a crash. The recall includes certain vehicles from model years 2015 to 2019 of the Lincoln Navigator, Lincoln MKC, Mustang Ranger, Transit, Transit Connect, Econoline, Edge, Expedition, F250SD, F350SD, F450SD, and F550SD. John Scott reporting.
Stock in Larry Ellison's software company Oracle rose more than a third yesterday. Ellison temporarily got the title of world's richest person. On Wall Street yesterday, the Dow dropped a fraction of a point. With business, I'm Andrew Stewart.
Travis Hicks, Richland Auto Group. Don't forget to make your way to the airport September 10th through 14th to see an awesome exhibition of high-flying speed and agility at the Roswell Air Races. In addition to the wonders in the air, there'll be food and games for the kids, as well as educational displays and demonstrations. This event has been a hit for some 50 years in Reno, Nevada. We're glad that they picked Roswell to be their new home, and we need to support the event. As such, the first 10 people to either of our Richland locations who says, "I I Believe in Richland's Powertrain Warranty for Life will receive 2 tickets for one of the shows and will be entered in a drawing to win a family day at the races, complete with food, shade, a trip to one of the pylons, and some Richland swag. So get your tickets now for the greatest show in Roswell, the Roswell Air Races, September 10th through the 14th at the airport.
When was the last time a bank asked you about your needs or your goals? When you're a member of Artesia Credit Union, you get to use your money for something more important than fees and finance charges. You get to use your money for you. Membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Become a member of Artesia Credit Union today and see what your partners can do for you. North 5th Street in Artesia or online at artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA.
Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham. The account of origins presented in the Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events and provides reliable basis for man's worldview and a framework for scientific investigation into the question of the origin and history of life. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you by Harvest Fellowship at 2307 West Main in Artesia. Call Pastor Ronnie Williams at 746-6195. Now, today's Answers with Ken Ham.
Noah's daughters-in-law. This is Ken Ham, encouraging the church to start our thinking with God's Word. All humans can be traced back to 3 major genetic groups. These groups are Noah's daughters-in-law. Now, all of us are ultimately descended from one woman, Eve. 10 generations later, only 4 women survived the global flood, and since then, there's been about 400 generations. Now, if Genesis is true, we'd expect to find few genetic differences between Noah's daughters-in-law since there weren't many generations before the flood. There wouldn't have been time for mutations to stack up. And, well, studies show those 3 women had only a few genetic differences. The evidence, well, it confirms God's Word.
Sign up for free daily email insights from Ken Ham when you visit our faith-building website at AnswersRadio.com.
Hey, we're back on the Good Morning Artesia Radio Show. We have with us in studio members of the Student Council, the Executive Board, and they even have their own special T-shirts and everything. That's great. So let's see. We will start from my left. So tell us your name.
My name's Cadence Strand.
Cadence, okay. And?
My name's Emily Soto.
Emily Soto.
My name's Fatima Alonso.
Fatima Alonso. And?
My name is Carly Horner.
Carly Horner. And you must be Zach.
Yes.
Zach Cedillo.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks so much. What positions do you hold on the executive board?
I am president of our sophomore class.
Okay.
I'm student body president.
Okay.
I'm student body vice president.
Ooh.
I'm junior class president.
Okay.
And senior class president.
Wow, we've got all the leadership right here. So, would this be considered a quorum? Can we have a meeting?
If we wanted to, I guess we could.
Well, that's great. I know you want to you want to talk about the homecoming, which is coming up on Friday, September 26th. I think it's Lovington is who we play
yes,
for homecoming. If I look at my handy dandy chart, so parade entries. You're encouraging people to enter in the parade right now. What's the theme of the parade this year?
So the theme of the parade this year is Bulldogs Take on the World. So we just want to celebrate the rich cultures and colors and traditions from places all over the globe.
Okay. Each class taking a different place around the world, or does it depend on...
It's just up to them. Like, it says be a surprise, but who chooses what?
Okay, so you're not going to share with us what your classes are working on?
No, sorry. Just a little bit of a surprise. Yeah, we want to win.
It's a competition,
So there's competition among the classes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Are you already working on your floats?
Yeah, kind of starting planning.
Planning.
Okay, good. You got a place picked out where you can keep it hidden from everybody. Nobody else knows.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. You're not even going to share that information. We don't want anybody messing with anything, so that's good. What about other folks like businesses or other community organizations? Are they encouraged to put a float in the parade?
Yes, they are encouraged. It is $15 per float. All profits go to Student Council. It is one of our big fundraisers that we do. It helps supply all our needs so we can be able to give back to others. They can, I believe, email Miss Humble or Miss Mason. We have flyers posted just about everywhere on Facebook.
We even have a flyer here.
Yeah, right.
Let's see if I can hold it up to the camera so people can see the...
It's also on Instagram. The deadline is coming up soon, and there's a $10 late entry fee with the $15, so go ahead and get on it.
That's right. Get your entry forms in. jhumble at bulldogs.org or amason@bulldogs.org. So those are the email addresses. We've got them here at the office if you want to call if you're like driving and not riding and driving and all that good stuff. What else will be taking place during homecoming week? Are there other, like, there's usually a different theme each day of homecoming week. Has that all been set yet?
Yes.
Okay.
High school students are encouraged to go to our bonfire that we host on Monday night. So that's when we'll announce our court and play some games, all kind of just hang out together, get the high school together for homecoming.
Okay. All right.
So our dress-up days for the week are on Monday, it is Tourist Day. On Tuesday is Anything But a Backpack Day. And on Wednesday, it's country colors, dress up as, like, your country, like the colors of your country.
Mm-hmm.
On Thursday, it's country or country club, which makes sense by the name. And then Friday, Bulldog Domination.
That's right. So orange or black or orange and black or orange, black and white or whatever.
Yes, sir.
So for you, what country are you going to be representing with your country colors that week? Have you picked that yet?
Let's go USA.
Yeah.
I didn't know if your family had any history from coming from someplace else or anything like that.
I'll probably do double Mexico and USA.
There you go.
There we go.
That'll work. In my case, my family came from Poland, but I don't even know what the Polish colors are. I couldn't. Maybe it's Neapolitan ice cream. Maybe that would work. That's good. But have you given any thought to what you might do for that day?
Not yet, but I do know since I'm coming from like an Asian heritage kind of thing, I'm Vietnamese and Hispanic, so maybe that might correspond to what I might wear to that day.
There you go. I think there's some colors that are common in just about every flag, so I think you can pick one that'll work out great. Then what were some of the other themes? You said there's
country versus country club, which I think is going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yes,
Country, so either you dress like you're from the country or
from the
collared shirt or flannel, kind of.
Yes.
That should be kind of interesting to see. Are your parents helping out with any of that, or have you been kind of looking at some old pictures of your mom and dad and saying, you actually dress like that? That might give you some ideas. So. Well, good. What else did you want to talk about? I'm sure you had some other things coming up.
Yeah, we just wanted to encourage the community on Friday just to come watch the parade if they're not in it, just to come watch and support all the businesses and schools that are in it.
So, according to this, the parade's at 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you line up in the parking lot at the bowl?
Yes,
sir.
That's where you line up, and then you go down Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
it's a typical parade
Yes,
route
sir.
for that. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of people out to watch that. What else is happening with the student council? Are there any other projects you're going to be working on throughout the school year?
Yes, we do have a student council leadership workshop that we're going to do with our student council at the Artesia High School. Our main idea is we want to bring everybody closer together and teach more leadership and just get to know each other better before we take on this year.
Okay. Well, that's good. So that's coming up
Yes.
September.
No, this Monday.
Oh, this Monday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you'll be ready for that. Okay, which one of you are seniors? I remember you two are seniors.
Yes.
Have you given any thought to what you're going to do after graduation?
Yes, I'm going to go to college and do radiology. I'm just not quite sure where yet.
Okay. Well, it'll come to you at some point.
Yeah.
And how about you, Zach?
I'm thinking of going to Texas Tech or the University of Oklahoma and studying, getting a degree in nursing.
Nursing. Excellent. It's a great field to get into, so good luck to both of you. How about the rest of you? Have you thought about college at all, or not necessarily college, anything after school?
I've thought about a few things. Maybe like getting into possibly something in law, maybe criminology. It's still like an open, broad field, especially being such a young kid. You get to explore different things. So it's
That's right.
still open.
That's right. And how about you, Fatima?
I've been looking into aerospace engineering.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Any type of engineering, I'm gonna be honest. Probably at NMSU.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good place
Stay close
to go.
to family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, good place to go. Carly, how about you? What have you been
So
thinking about?
I think I'm going to go to NMSU and study nurse anesthesiology.
Nurse anesthesiology. So you're going to knock people out.
Yes, sir.
Well, good. That's very helpful, especially before an operation or something like
Yes,
that.
sir.
You don't want to do that. How are things going at school? What are your favorite classes right now that you're in school?
Miss
School's
Burnett.
going good. I think my favorite class is probably Teacher's Aid. I don't really do much.
Teacher's Aid. Okay. Good for you. How about you?
I'm liking school. It's definitely a different environment, especially moving to the high school from the junior high. It's a lot of fun. Driving is a lot of fun now, and going to hang out with friends out of school, but also kind of keeping up with studies and stuff like that. It's getting a little difficult, especially taking a few honors classes, but definitely right now I think chemistry is one of my favorite classes. Even though it is hard, I'm learning a lot of different things in that class. So.
Who's your teacher in chemistry?
Mrs. Burnett.
Mrs. Burnett?
Yes,
And how about you? Who's your teacher in Teacher's Aid?
Miss Tutak.
Fatima, how about you? Do you have a favorite class?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd say employability skills. Employability skills.
Okay. Good thing the employer's not like radio, speaking on radio. Trouble saying that. That's good. Who's your teacher?
Miss Janaway.
Oh, Miss Janaway. All right. Carly, you have a favorite class?
Yes, sir. My favorite class is AP Chem with Miss Burnett.
Okay. AP Chem. All right. And Zach, do you have a favorite class right now?
Probably nursing, because we're working on pharmacology, so it's really fun to, I guess, see how all the medicine works.
Okay. And who's your teacher there?
Miss Franco.
Miss Franco. Excellent. Is there a class that you're really, would rather not be in right now?
Math.
Math. All right. And now, are you outside of student council? Are you involved in any other extracurricular activities? What else do you participate in?
Right now, I think I'm just focusing more on basketball.
Basketball,
and different
okay.
things kind of like Leo's Club and kind of getting into the groove of BPA and stuff like that. It's
Okay,
something that I'm
so
looking into.
Leo's Club and basketball. All right. And how about you?
My main focus right now is probably soccer, and then I have BPA, Paw Prowlers, Artesia Lions Club, and then, of course, this.
Pretty busy. How's the soccer
Yes.
team doing?
We're doing really good this year.
Good. Are you going out of town this week, or?
Yes. Saturday, we go to Santa Teresa.
Ah, okay. We could probably watch that. They have one of those huddle cameras up there, and so we could actually watch you guys play.
Yes, you
so
can.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Enjoy the trip. Fatima, how about you?
I'm just in wrestling, focusing on wrestling right now.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the wrestling team?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I'm amidst the seniors that graduated last year. They taught me a lot, but I like it. I really like the team.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Have you started competition yet, or is that a winter sport?
Oh yeah, it's a winter sport. We start in November, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, but
All
it's
right.
fun. I like it. I really like it.
Wow, that's great. Who are some of the tougher teams you wrestle against?
I can't really think of them. Most of the time just like, oh my gosh, don't get knocked out.
Well, good luck with the wrestling this year, Carly. What do you do?
I'm in National Honor Society, Paw Prowling, Artesia Leo's Club, and my main focus right now is student council because I'm a state officer, and I'm a golfer.
State officer and golf.
Yes, sir.
Okay, golf team's done pretty well the last
Yes, sir.
couple years. Yeah. Is that a spring sport?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Mhm.
but you practice like every week?
Yes, sir.
Well, good for you. Good luck with the golf team this
Thank
year.
you.
Zach, any extracurricular activities you're in?
Of course, I have student council. I have BPA. I'm actually a state officer for BPA. And then Honor Society.
Okay, so BPA, spreadsheets, what is it that you're
I do a little bit of all of it. So my competition's integrated office. So I do Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Access, Publisher. So a little bit of all the Microsoft apps.
Okay, well, that's good. How do we stop those stupid Windows updates that constantly screw with all of our computers?
I cannot tell you. That is Windows. I just do the typing, the documenting.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's important to know. And anybody that's done any work in the office has had to deal with some of those programs. So I'm glad you're getting to be an expert in those. Did family call you up and say, "Hey, how do I do this? And how do I get this Word document to do?"
Some of them do.
Yeah.
And some of the teachers will ask me too at the high school, and I tell them, "You have to ask Miss Humble. She taught me. She could teach you."
Well, great. Well, we're so glad you guys came in. Let's see. We've got Zach Cedios, Carly Horner, Fatima Alonzo, Emily Soto, and Candace Tran? Cadence Tran.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Thank you so much for being here, and let's get everybody involved in the parade and have a successful homecoming this year.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. This is KSVP Artesia. It's 8 o'clock.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The 24th anniversary of a very dark day in American history is not passing unnoticed or unremembered. The almost 3,000 victims of the 9/11 attacks live in the nation's collective memory, and they're being honored today. In New York, at the World Trade Center site, where a lonely bell tolls and the names of those who died are once again read aloud. There are memorial ceremonies at the Pentagon and near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, as well as in villages, towns, and cities, small and large, all across the country. The FBI says a high-powered bolt-action rifle has been recovered near the rooftop perch where an assassin fired the bullet that killed Charlie Kirk. Police believe the gunman, thought to be of college age, jumped from the roof and fled into a nearby neighborhood. President Trump calls Charlie Kirk, a Turning Point USA CEO and Salem Radio talk host, a martyr for truth and freedom.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now.
Charlie Kirk felled by a single bullet fired from that rooftop. 31 years of age, the outspoken Christian conservative leaves behind a wife and 2 young children and a legacy that does live on. The fires of inflation remain oh so hard to extinguish. Consumer prices rose 2.9% in August from a year ago. That's up from 2.7% the previous month, and it is the biggest increase since January. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 321 points, the Nasdaq trading 61 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Mike Gallagher, host of the Mike Gallagher Show here. Everything's getting more expensive these days, groceries to gas, healthcare. If you're feeling that squeeze, you're not alone. Listen, your biggest asset might just be the answer, your home. That's why I strongly recommend my good friends at Fellowship Home Loans. Mike and Brian and the team have helped so many families, especially in times like these, tap into their home's equity to keep their head above water, whether it's covering rising medical costs, helping out a loved one, or just breathing room in your monthly budget. They can help. You see, you're not giving up. You're just getting smart, because at the end of the day, it's about protecting your family and your future. Make sure you ask how you can skip 2 mortgage payments when you refinance. 2. Going into the fall and the holidays, that could really be helpful, right? Just go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. It's Fellowship Home Loans. Fellowship Home Loans. Mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
At least 3 people killed, 70 injured in the explosion of a gasoline tanker truck in a densely populated neighborhood of Mexico City.
Mobile phone footage shows the moment the gas tanker exploded, sending huge flames and plumes of smoke into the sky on a highway overpass in the south of the Mexican capital. Emergency services were on the scene quickly and took dozens of injured people to nearby hospitals. At least 19 are said to be in a serious condition. The city's mayor, Clara Brugada, called the incident an emergency, saying that 18 vehicles had burned in the explosion and that an investigation into the incident was underway.
The BBC's Will Grant reporting. South Korea says a charter plane planned to carry South Korean workers detained in an immigration raid in Georgia will depart today to return home. South Korea's foreign ministry made the announcement but offers no further details of the flight. News and analysis at townhall.com. A reunion of sorts in London.
Prince Harry joining his father, King Charles III, for tea at his Clarence house in London. The first time they've met in well over a year. The two have been very distant since Harry and his wife Meghan left royal life and moved to California 5 years ago. Harry met with his father following an engagement at the Center for Blast Injury Studies at Imperial College in London. There had been speculation Harry might meet with his father after he arrived Monday in the UK. Jason Walker reporting.
Some belt-tightening in the offing at Danish pharmaceutical giant Novo Nordisk. The company behind the weight loss drug Wegovy is cutting 9,000 jobs. Most of the jobs are in Denmark. The drug maker says the goal is to strengthen the company's focus on growth opportunities in obesity and diabetes medications. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Camille Menifee. Camille is owner of Chez Camille. Thanks for making Artesia women beautiful. Happy retirement. We will miss you. And this is from all your happy customers. Today, Camille, you're going to receive a flower from Nell's Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Camille Menifee. Hey, welcome back. Good morning, Artesia, the radio show. It is Thursday, September 11, 2025, otherwise known as 9/11. And it was 24 years ago at this time that the event in New York, Washington, and Pennsylvania took place, now known as 9/11. And we've got a whole generation of young Americans who weren't even alive or were barely alive now when 9/11 took place. And that's, of course, when terrorists flew commercial airliners into the World Trade Center buildings in New York, into the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., and a plane that was intended for the White House or the Capitol. The passengers figured out what was going on, and plane was forced down and crashed in Pennsylvania before it could make it to D.C. And so Lana and I may talk a little bit about that here in this next segment. We do have some guests coming in later this hour. Let's see. It looks like we're going to have Meg, Jimmy, and Lucretia, and they're going to be here. And I think we're talking red dirt, black gold, and Benny's Western Wear and all that good stuff. So we'll be having that conversation with us later this hour, I think. Jackie, I think that's what it is. And let's see, what else this hour? I think that's what we have this hour. I would say 5:30 would be great. Bands go on at 6. It's really her call. She wants to start 5:30. Parks, post, and walk over. Okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to get, we're providing the MCs for the entertainment this week at the Red Dirt Black Gold, and I'm just trying to, so, okay, what time should they be there? What gate do they go into? Because there's a number of gates. But I guess the stage area is on 5th Street, and then there's a public seating tent. There's some VIP seating. There's some restrooms there between 5th and Cornhole. It says Cornhole on the street. 4th. Should we name a street Cornhole? You know, where's your business? Oh, we're at the corner of Main and Cornhole. That'd be kind of crazy, wouldn't it? Let's see. What else do we have? I think we do have some sports on the TV tonight. I was looking at the schedule. Gateway Christian and New Mexico Military Institute Colt volleyball is tonight. And that'll be at 6 o'clock tonight on KSVPTV.com. I was just looking at the schedule. So if you're a volleyball fan, there'll be some volleyball for you to watch at KSVPTV.com. Friday night, we're going to be busy. We've got 2-1 Goddard at 0-3 Santa Teresa on Friday night. So we'll be streaming that on KSVPTV.com. It'll be on the radio, 106.1 FM. Tomorrow night, we've got Roswell High at home, and they're hosting the Lovington Wildcats. Both teams are 1-2, and Lovington beat Roswell last year in the game at Roswell. So both teams are off to a tough start. Roswell has defeated Los Lunas, but they have lost to our Hobbs and who beat them? Alamogordo. That's right. That was the big the lightning and threat of violence delay game over in Alamogordo. So Roswell's 1-2. Lovington is 1-2 as well. So that'll be Friday night at the Wool Bowl. KSVPTV.com and on the radio at 106.5. And then Artesia at Deming. And that is tomorrow night, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. Joby and Robbie will be there along with Bradley, and we'll bring you the action from Deming, New Mexico on KSVP-TV and KSVP Radio. Artesia 2-1. They've defeated Hobbs and they've defeated Carlsbad. They lost to Centennial. And Deming is 0-3. They have not won a game yet this year. So we'll see what happens with that. Checked with the folks in Deming. They know we're coming. So we should be good to go. And we got everything worked out with our friends in Santa Teresa for the Goddard broadcast. So I think we're all way to go. Saturday's going to be a busy day for us because we've got volleyball, soccer, and football on Saturday. The Zia Classic Volleyball Tournament is this weekend. Tomorrow is pool play, and I've got the times for that. Let me see if I can find that here. Nope, that's not it. Let me see her email. Here it is. Pool play. So Pool A has Goddard, Miyamura, Oregon Mountain, Carlsbad, Clovis, and Hobbs. Pool B has Roswell, Lovington, Artesia, Mayfield, Alamogordo, and Los Alamos. Pool A will be played at the Goddard Main and Auxiliary Gyms. Pool B will be at the Roswell High Main and Auxiliary Gyms. Artesia, being in the Pool B at Roswell High, they will play at noon tomorrow against Los Alamos. They will then play at 1 o'clock versus Roswell High. Those two games will be in the main gym. Let's see, they then play at 3 in the main gym against Alamogordo. And at 4, they move over to the auxiliary gym and will play Lovington at 4 o'clock. And then their last pool play match will be at 6 o'clock on Friday in the main gym against Mayfield. And then depending on how these teams do in pool play will determine whether they're in the gold, silver, or bronze bracket. The gold bracket games will be at the Goddard Gym, and that's the first and second place from each pool. And there's matches at 9, 11, 1, and 3. So Pool A first and second. Pool A first against Pool B second play at 9. First place in Pool B plays second place in Pool A at 11. The losers play at 1, and the winners play at 3, and that would be the tournament championship bracket there. The silver bracket is at Roswell in the main gym. That's third and fourth place teams out of pool play. And then the bronze bracket, they'll be stuck over in the Goddard Auxiliary Gym. So if you finish 5th or 6th in pool play, you'll play your games there. We will have cameras and crews at the main gyms at Roswell and Goddard, and we will show the pool or the gold and silver bracket matches 9, 11, 1, and 3 from those schools on Saturday. And then the other games that we've got on Saturday, NMMI Bronco football team is taking on Kilgore College. That'll be at 1 o'clock on KSVPTV.com. And then on the radio, while all that's going on the radio, we'll have Texas Tech football as they'll be taking on Oregon State. And that'll be a 12:30 pregame, 1:30 kickoff, radio KSVP. Let's get Steve-O in here. Is it going to be a hot weather forecast for the rest of this weekend, Steve-O? Is it going to rain? Steve-O, the weather is next.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're looking good today, low to mid-90s, lots of sunshine, a little bit breezy in the afternoon, but not too bad. Overnight will be clear, low to mid-60s and a little bit gusty, and then Friday we get sunshine, low 90s again. We do have low pressure developing on Saturday that may bring us a few afternoon showers or thunderstorms, upper 80s, sunny and around 90 on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Let's see, right now it's sunny and 70 here in Artesia. And 94 today, 90 tomorrow. The chance of rain picks up on Saturday. 40% chance we'll see some rain on Saturday, and a high of only 83. So hot and sunny today and tomorrow, and cloudy and rainy on Saturday. Sunny and 86 on Sunday. That'll be interesting because you've got the Red Dirt Black Gold concerts on Saturday night. Got a lot of activities in town on Saturday, and then of course the air show's going on up in Roswell. And I'm guessing they don't fly in the rain, so we'll see if we can at least hold off the rain until Sunday. So let's all get our thinking caps and our praying hands together, and let's see if we can move the rain to Sunday. Okay, that'd be good. Let's see, humidity is at 70%. The dew point is 60 degrees. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 6, gusting to 13. Pressure 29.99 and steady. Our air quality index is 50, so we have good air quality. Our high yesterday, what did I do with that? Lana gave that to me. Where did I put it? There it is. 97. Yeah, It was 97 yesterday. It's crazy. 60 the overnight low. A year ago it was only 88 and 55. So let's get some cooler weather in here. That's crazy. The high today will be 6 degrees above the average daily high for this date. The moon is in the waning gibbous phase, 81% illumination, and will set at 11 o'clock. Sunset at 7:08. Sunrise at 6:39. Sunny, 71 in Carlsbad, 69 in Roswell and Hobbs, around New Mexico. Sunshine, 69 in Albuquerque, 64 in Santa Fe, 59 in Cloudcroft, 64 at Ruidoso, 74 at Alamogordo, 75 in Las Cruces, 60 in Gallup, 63 in Farmington. Partly to mostly cloudy up on the Big Mountain, 59 in Taos, 52 at Red River. Sunshine, 67 in Clovis, and in West Texas it's sunny, 71 in Lubbock, 74 in El Paso. And again here in Artesia, it's sunny and 70 degrees. Okay, let's take the break. We'll be right back.
Coach, can you talk about the latest trade rumors?
Absolutely. Right now, you can get big money for your trade at Roswell Ford.
Start your season with a win at Roswell Ford. Right now, we need trades. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. With 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit with great terms, with good credit, no credit, or even if your credit is less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, more for your trade, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
When was the last time you had some really delicious homemade ice cream? That long, huh? Well, satisfy that craving with Ensemble Tea Treats homemade ice cream, now available at La Fonda Restaurant in downtown Artesia. Ensemble Tea is a local company, so it's good ice cream and you're supporting our community businesses. Come try some homemade Ensemble Tea ice cream today at La Fonda Restaurant in downtown Artesia.
Attention high school students and parents. Now is the time to make your plans to come visit the most affordable university in the Southwest, Eastern New Mexico University. ENMU is hosting our annual High School Open House Preview Day on Saturday, October 18th. Come learn about scholarships, discover majors, talk with current students and faculty, and win some great prizes. Sign up today at enmu.edu/openhouse. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Check out the savings this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia. Select varieties of DiGiorno pizza are $4.98 each, and select cans of Chef Boyardee pasta with meat are 5 for $5. In produce, extra large red or green seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound, and bags of Dole shredded lettuce are 99 cents each. In the meat department, family packs of 80% lean fresh ground beef are $4.99 a pound, and family packs of country-style pork ribs are $1.77 a pound. These are just some of the savings this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia.
Attention small business owners. Tired of the hassle of managing IT? PVT Internet for Small Business is here to help. With our Smart Biz service and PVT Command Works app, you get business-grade internet and Wi-Fi without the hassle. Perfect for hospitality, retail, industrial, and professional services. Plus, our 24/7 customer support ensures you're never alone. Sign up today and let PVT Smart Biz handle the tech so you can focus on your business. Elevate your business with PVT Internet. Visit pvt.com or call 575-748-1241 to sign up now.
Prepare for liftoff, Earthlings. Kremlin Auto Group is beaming up as a proud sponsor of the 2025 National Championship Air Races. Experience the thrill, the speed, and the skies. Join Kremlin Auto Group September 10th through the 14th in Roswell for high-flying action that's truly out of this world. Learn more at KAGNM.com.
Pecos Valley Broadcasting has immediate entry and experience level and radio and live stream video sales executive positions open in Artesia and Carlsbad. You'll work with our amazing team to build and maintain accounts and dive into advertising and marketing promotions. Experience in sales is preferred and bilingual opportunities are available. Base guarantee plus bonuses and commissions. Apply now. Email your details or resume to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Take your career to the next level with Pecos Valley Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
We're back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show, and asked Lana to join me as you found an article. Was this in the Roswell Daily Record?
Yes, this is Rick Kraft. He's a local attorney, a syndicated columnist for 25 years, and executive director of the Leadership Roswell program. For 33 years, he writes in the Roswell paper every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So
hey, is his office just up the street from?
It's just up the street, I do believe,
from our Roswell office.
Yes,
so,
yes.
And I've met him before because every so often they've had candidate forums that Leadership Roswell has sponsored, and we've been the ones that have streamed and broadcast those candidate forums when they've had city and elections and so forth in Roswell. Seems like a nice guy. And what did he write about? Did he write about 9/11?
He wrote about 9/11 on Sunday, September 7th. So, and I thought it was quite moving. It's a little bit long, but his typical column for the week. But it's called "Victims or Heroes: The Choice Is Yours" by Rick Kraft. Honey, call 911. My flight's been hijacked. I know we're all going to die. I'm not giving up. We're getting ready to do something. There's 3 of us who are going to do something about it. I love you, honey. These were the words spoken by 38-year-old Tom Burnett, 3,000 feet in the air over the skies of Pennsylvania on the morning of September 11th, 24 years ago, to his wife Dina, who was having breakfast at home in California. Tom was a passenger on United Airlines Flight 93. Tom continued, "It's up to us. I think we can do it. Pray, Dina, just pray." "I love you," Dina said. "Don't worry," Tom responded. "We're going to do something." Tom chose not to become a victim, but to be a hero. Today marks the 24th anniversary of the greatest tragedy most of our nation has ever experienced. Just the numbers 9/11 cause an emotional stir in each of us. We can't change what happened, but we can choose how we respond. We can choose to be victims, or we can choose to be heroes. The passengers on United Airlines Flight 93 left the Newark International Airport runway in New Jersey at 8:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 37 passengers and 7 crew aboard were looking forward to arriving in San Francisco later that day. The flight left the runway and headed northeast toward New York City. As the flight banked to the west, the passengers on the right side of the plane could see the towers of the World Trade Center glimmering in the morning sun. The towers stood side by side as a symbol of New York City for 29 years. Excuse me. The pilots and passengers of Flight 93 were some of the last to see the towers standing proudly. It wasn't 5 minutes later that American Airlines Flight 11 slammed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Flight 93 was in the air 1 hour and 24 minutes. In that hour and 24 minutes, our world, our country, and our lives were forever changed. Before this flight would violently return to Earth, not only would 2 other hijacked planes hit their targets, the South Tower of the World Trade Center would collapse, with the North Tower collapsing not far behind. The ripples from the tragedies would sweep our entire country instantaneously, covering us with a cloud of confusion, sympathy, frustration, and then anger. The events of September 11th created both victims and heroes. Today we have the opportunity to choose to be victims or heroes. Those on board the plane that struck the North Tower were victims. Those on board the plane that struck the South Tower were victims. Those on board the plane that struck the Pentagon were victims. They did not really have any choice. Who would have thought when they boarded their flights that the planes they were in would be hijacked and then made into suicide missiles? The pilots on Flight 93 were also victims, but they did not know what was about to happen on their plane. But the passengers of United Flight 93 had a decision to make. Would they be victims as those other 3 flights, or would they be heroes? Outgoing calls from passengers on Flight 93 led to their being educated as to what was happening to hijacked planes flying out of eastern airports. Learning what was happening, the passengers of Flight 93 had the opportunity to choose whether or not they would also become victims. Passenger Jeremy Glick, age 31, on the phone with his wife Lisbeth, who was watching the Twin Towers events on their television, said, "He's going to blow us up, but if he's going to crash into something, well, let's not let that happen. Our best chance is to fight these people rather than accept it." Her words of advice back to him were brief and to the point. "Be strong. I love you. Do what you have to do." Jeremy Glick chose not to become a victim, but to be a hero. A 32-year-old from New Jersey, Todd Beamer, modeled for us how we should respond in difficult times in our own lives. He called out on an airphone and told the operator about the hijacking, the men with knives behind the locked door in the cockpit, the pilot and co-pilot lying on the floor possibly dead, and the turmoil on the plane. Knowing he was in the final hour of his life, Todd, a devout Christian, asked the operator to say the Lord's Prayer with him. Together they prayed the 23rd Psalm, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." Mr. Kraft said, "I get emotional when I picture Todd on that plane high above the clouds praying to God from the depths of his soul." He asked the operator to call his family and tell them he loved them. He said he and a few passengers are going to jump the hijacker with the bomb and try to regain control of the plane. The operator said, "I stand behind you." After screams and commotion in the background, Todd dropped the phone. His final words heard through the receiver were words he had used many times to motivate his two young sons at a different time in a different setting. "Let's roll." Todd Beamer chose not to be a victim, but to be a hero. Todd modeled for us what our response should be to tragedies in our own lives. He prayed, then he took action. Those men were heroes. Tom Burnett, Jeremy Glick, Todd Beamer, and the other passengers on Flight 93 were blessed because they had a choice. They could have become victims, or they had the opportunities to be heroes. We as the passengers on Flight 93 also have been blessed because we have a choice. We as a nation, we as a community, we as individuals can choose to take action and to be heroes, or we can sit back and become victims. My challenge to you is to respond to the events of September 11th by praying, taking action, and choosing to be a hero. The choice is yours. Don't become a victim of September 11th. God knows there have been too many of those already. I believe the passengers on Flight 93 were called for their time. I believe you and I have been called for this time. The passengers on Flight 93 were the first to fight back against terrorists that day. Those who chose to be heroes on that flight have passed the torch to us. It is now up to us to make our choice. As individuals, as a community, as a nation, are we going to become victims, or will we choose to be heroes? What will tomorrow bring? If we choose to be a nation of heroes, there isn't an enemy who can break our courage or our spirit. And he always ends his columns with just a thought. Yeah, it's, I know younger people don't understand. They weren't here, and I know exactly where I was, and so I was in this hallway and in this studio with that little few days later, that flag that still hangs up here in the studio that someone brought us because we didn't have a flag.
That's right.
And I arrived back at the radio station, and there was a flag here in the studio that somebody had brought us, and that flag still hangs here today.
It does. It's up there on the wall. It's not going anywhere. I think we even have the...
I have a little banner
yeah.
hanging from it. I found that at the Cobean's stationery office supply store in Roswell, which doesn't exist anymore. I have another one somewhere, but they were there, and I bought them, and I thought that would be a nice addition to our flag in memory of the heroes and those who perished September 11th, 2001.
Right. You can't see it in the camera shot because we can't move these cameras around, but yes, it's been in our studio since then, and will remain in the studio. Of course, we've got our "Don't Tread on Me" flag, which is in honor of our governor, but that's... yeah, I was down the hall. Jim Wilburn was on the air doing this show, and I think he had the volleyball coach was on the air with him, and when all that started happening. And did we still have that old TV was down the hall? and it was hooked up to satellite, I think.
Yes, we did have TV coming into here.
So we finally opened up the TV and turned on the TV so we could watch. And of course, the radio networks just went wall to wall with coverage.
That's right.
Rush. This was the time. This was when he
Yes.
was going through his hearing loss,
That's right.
and nobody knew.
No, he wasn't there.
It was going, and he was on one of the private flights that was grounded.
All flights were grounded. That's
All
right.
flights were grounded, but his was one of those that was grounded, and they got him on the phone. I think he was may have been in Cape Girardeau, back home in Missouri, or something like that.
I remember him calling in.
Yeah, but he called in and talked because there was somebody else filling in that day when all that stuff broke loose, and it was just a very tragic day. But we played the World Series, New York Yankees and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
That's right.
We got to go to Game 6
That's right. We did.
of that World Series in Phoenix.
Yeah, and they unfurled a flag on the field. It covered the whole field. It was amazing. So yeah, it's emotional for people our age. I mean, and you can't understand it unless you lived through it. And older folks they have the emotional time when JFK was shot. Well, we were babies, so we or toddlers or whatever. We don't remember any of that. I don't remember any
And
of
then
it,
you go
but
back another generation, it's Pearl Harbor and World War
That's right.
II, and
That's right.
So every generation seems to have something that happens. But for our generation, it would have been 9/11.
That's right.
And there really hasn't been anything to that degree since then, although we kind of came close last year, when somebody tried to take out Trump in Butler,
right.
Pennsylvania, and that would have been pretty tragic.
Well, that's all I keep thinking after the events of yesterday. Trump turned his head to look at that chart.
Yep.
And things would be a lot different right now if he hadn't turned
They
his
would.
head to look at that chart.
One other note, if you do see flags at half-staff, the president said half-staff for memory of Charlie Kirk. And then did you read something about the Presidential Medal of Freedom?
Just now, yes.
I know he was going to give it to Giuliani, who was mayor.
President Trump says he'll, and I can never say this word,
Posthumously.
reward Presidential Medal of Freedom to Charlie Kirk. That just came in.
Right, and then they're going to do that to give one to Rudy Giuliani.
I did read that earlier.
And he was the mayor of New York City.
That's right.
When this all went
Some of
down.
those stories are just the aftermath and trying to get through the streets and everything. I mean, of Giuliani, what's Giuliani as his staff have talked about.
Right.
You can't imagine. I still can't imagine it now, but the force of those towers falling.
Yep.
Because sometimes they'll come up, and I'll watch a few videos every so often. They'll come up on YouTube, and it's just horrendous what happened.
Yeah. Rick Kraft article was in the Sunday Roswell Daily Record. I'm sure it's online if you want to go back and read it. And he does write very well, so it's a good article to read. Okay, we're going to take the news break, and we'll be back.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. At Artesia City Council this week, the council gave approval to the Chamber of Commerce to host an urban Airstream rally in town. The event consisting of groups of people who own Airstream travel trailers who camp together and spend a few days in town while giving back to the community by making or donating items. It'll be the state's first ever Airstream rally, and it takes place in November to coincide with the Balloons, Barbecue, Brews, and Bands event. The Artesia City Council also gave approval for Viva Skydive to be at the airport this weekend for tandem skydiving. The original plans called for a different firm to do the event, but the city says unexpected circumstances called for some changes. The city says spots for skydiving are already booked out, but there will still be plenty of space for spectators. And the council gave approval to the finance department to hold a city auction on October 11th. Items up for bidding will be power tools, vehicles, exercise equipment, and more. Roswell police report a man has been arrested in Albuquerque on a warrant for multiple counts of armed robbery, including the heist at the Farmers Country Market in Roswell and the theft of a church van that was then used in that crime. 29-year-old Brandon Harris was identified as one of the two suspects. Harris is expected to be brought back to Roswell today to face the charges in court. The second suspect has not yet been identified. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. The Wall Street Journal says companies' cost of employee health insurance will rise 9 to 10% next year, and companies may increase payroll deductions or raise the deductibles because of that. A business owner with 20 employees says he hates to raise those costs on his employees every year. Insurers say it's because of higher costs of health care. An investigation's been started into how the Bureau of Labor Statistics collects and revises employment and prices data in hopes of increasing credibility in the reports after several large swings. There's a new effort to let companies report profits twice a year instead of 4 times a year to save millions of dollars and focus on long-term growth instead of cutting costs and reducing hiring to hit Wall Street's numbers. One reason Chewy Pet Supply stock fell was that they said they'd reinvest more of their profits into the company to grow it. Sales fell at Children's Place, sales rose at GameStop. Striking machinist union members at Boeing in St. Louis tentatively agreed to a new contract after more than a month on strike and after Boeing said it had hired some replacement workers. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Hey everyone, with your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. As one Pro Bowl cornerback works his way back into full-time action, another misses practice due to injury. Updates on Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland after this.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
Pro Bowl cornerback Trayvon Diggs played 27 snaps in last week's season opener. Considering it was just 9 months after knee surgery, overall it was a quick return to action, and he could play even more this weekend. He may need to because Deron Bland missed practice yesterday after hurting his foot in Monday's practice. Diggs is hoping to be able to contribute even more Sunday because he knows the Giants' offense features one of the top young receivers in the NFL in Malik Neighbors.
I got a tremendous amount of respect for Malik. Run good routes, got good speed, good hands, everything full package. So, it's going to be a good test for us this week. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yesterday, former #1 overall NFL draft pick Jadeveon Clowney was here at the Star visiting with coaches and staff, but the defensive end has not been signed, at least not yet. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're looking good today, low to mid-90s, lots of sunshine, a little bit breezy in the afternoon, but not too bad. Overnight will be clear, low to mid-60s and a little bit gusty, and then Friday we get sunshine, low 90s again. We do have low pressure developing on Saturday that may bring us a few afternoon showers or thunderstorms, upper 80s, sunny and around 90 on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Sunshine, 72. And looking pretty nice here in Artesia. We've got hot temperatures today and tomorrow. 94 today, 90 tomorrow. And then maybe some rain and 83 on Saturday. Sunny and 86 on Sunday. 73 in Carlsbad, 71 in Roswell and Hobbs, America. We'll take a quick break. Our next guests are standing by, so don't go away.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
The City of Artesia is proud to announce that we've renewed our agreement with Trans-Aero Medevac. This means that Eddy County residents are automatically enrolled in Trans-Aero's free air ambulance membership program, ensuring there are no out-of-pocket costs that need to be paid if you're flown to a hospital by Trans-Aero. Remember, this benefit only applies to Trans-Aero Medevac. To receive this benefit, ask for Trans-Aero specifically in a medical emergency. For situations where you cannot speak, make sure you have your Trans-Aero membership card alongside either your ID or health insurance card. This will act as a request for Trans-Aero Medevac. You can print out the membership card on the City of Artesia's website. In life's most critical moments, Trans-Aero, the City of Artesia, and our partners stand ready to help when you need it most. If you're an Eddy County resident, take advantage of this free benefit and make sure you fly with Trans-Aero Medevac.
How do you find a roofing contractor you can trust? You can randomly pick one, cross your fingers and hope for the best, or maybe you can ask a psychic to predict who's trustworthy. Here's a better idea. Choose one who prefers using America's most trusted roofing brand, Owens Corning. And rest easy, because Owens Corning screens their contractors for reliability, professionalism, and customer service. Why take any chances? Owens Corning, trusted contractors, proven products. For an Owens Corning preferred contractor, visit owenscorning.com/roofing.
For a free estimate, give Do Right Roofing a call today. 575-623-2273.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
It's one of those things we've all had on our mind. No matter how much we want to ignore it, we all know that wisdom teeth can cause pain, teeth crowding, and even infection. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. I am proud to be a part of an outstanding team who understands your concerns when considering wisdom teeth removal. Call us today and let our staff walk you through the process so that you are confident and prepared for your wisdom teeth removal. And don't worry, we have sedation dentistry options so that you can rest and feel at ease.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental. Call 575-622-4455.
Did you know Artesia Ford now offers mobile service? That's right, we come to you. From fluid and air filter changes, battery and wiper replacements, low tires to diagnostic scans and software updates, Artesia Ford's mobile service makes light maintenance easy and convenient. Call Stephen Chavaria, your mobile service manager today, 575-746-3578 to schedule your visit. Limited services and distances apply, so don't wait. Get service on the go with Artesia Ford.
Hey, Robert. I'm your designated driver tonight. Pick you up at 7.
Sober driving today keeps everyone alive tomorrow. Designated driver. Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
Oh, over there. You're going to be over here. Okay. Hey, it's Red Dirt Black Gold weekend, and everybody's going crazy trying to make sure it's all good to go and ready. And we've got a lot going on in town. Joining us, we have Lucretia Lyles from Benny's Western Wear. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I like the hat.
Thank you. It's a volunteer merch, so if you see anybody wearing this hat this weekend, that's who's going to be able to help you with information.
Good. I'll make sure not to have one. And Tracy Atkins with the Carlsbad Caveman Trap and Skeet Team. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we've got just a lot going on. I mean, the downtown is blocked off. The gates are all blocked off. We came pulling up with the trailer. It was so funny. Jessica said, "Come down, Roselawn," from the north. So we came down Roselawn, and they're putting the tire puncture barriers up. They're setting all those up.
Yes.
And I said to the guy that was with me, I said, "I don't think we're going to get through that." And they very nicely said, "Go back around and come through this gate." So we went back around, came through that gate. And then Laura met us and walked it over, and we parked the trailer. And she said, "Park it there as close as you can to the light tower." So we parked it right up against the light tower. Then Jessica came out and said, "Well, this isn't where it's supposed to be."
But you're going to be broadcasting the game live, is that correct?
That's right. So she said, "Can you move it this way?" And I said, "Well, of course we can move it," because I hadn't left yet. So we moved it. We're just to the pump house. We're just to the west of the pump house. And so if you're going to be in the dining area where all the vendors and the tables and the food and all that stuff is, you'll be able to watch the football game on Friday night. So we got that all set up.
Now, that's also Kids Zone, Gene. So the Heritage Walkway had a big undertaking of cleanup crew. The Martin families and the Drake families, my family and the Martinez family, we all were out cleaning to make that area safe for kids. So that's actually going to be Kids Zone. So take your kids over there while you're waiting on food and watching the game. Let them play in Heritage Walkway.
That's right. Hey, Megan made it.
Hi, Gene. I'm here. I had to commandeer a mule to haul butt down here.
Well,
so
good.
I made it. I'm here.
Now Megan's hat is gold.
I know.
Yes.
Yours is red.
Well, she's in charge.
This is a last year model that Morgan designed. She gifted it to me, so that's why I have this one on, and then I'll switch over to my red one for this evening so that people can find me.
Okay.
Yes,
good.
sir.
Good.
Yes,
and I said to Lucretia, I won't be wearing a hat. I don't want questions.
No, you're all please don't ask me anything.
Well, good. Well, what do we want to talk about first? I think you've got. You want to talk about the Trap and Skeet Team raffle and what you're going to be doing?
Sure. The Trap and Skeet Team is selling tickets to help raise funds for their entire season. It helps pay for equipment. It helps pay for all of the entry fees. And Red Dirt Black Gold has been gracious enough to donate us a spot. So we're going to have the kids there and the parents there working and selling tickets. And come visit us. Come buy a ticket.
How much is a ticket?
$50 for a ticket, 30
Okay.
guns in 30 days. And so you get to stay in the pot for the 30 days. You have 30 chances to win. And I have a whole list of what's going to be raffled off. And so they'll do a gun each day for 30 days, and they'll do it on Rumble.
Okay. Now, is this a high school team? Or
This is a high school team.
High school team. And are all the students from Carlsbad, or do you have some from North Eddy County as well?
It's Eddy County, so we have some kids from Artesia and from Carlsbad.
We also have a couple of Loving shooters.
Yes.
I understand that we might possibly have a Midland shooter coming on board. So we're the closest scholastic competitive shooting team for shotgun so a lot of the
For
kids
this
are
area.
coming on board.
Well, that's great. Is this like an NMAA sanctioned event, or is this
It's more of a New Mexico high school trap and skeet is the
Okay.
association.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah.
So, well, that's great. And what was the most recent competition you guys were in?
Well, we're just starting.
Just starting?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
so this is
starting.
brand new.
So, just starting this season. So
Okay.
we've only had our first practice
Okay. So when's your first event?
in October.
In October.
Mhm.
So 50 guns in 50 days?
30 guns in 30 days.
I'm trying to boost
$50.
it up.
$50.
So $50, 30 guns in 30 days.
Correct.
And if you don't win the first one, you're still eligible for the second, and so on and so on.
Yes.
And so how will we know it's you when we're walking around Red Dirt Black Gold to buy your tickets?
We will have a booth, and our kids will be in their jerseys that will say Caveman Trap and Skeet Team.
Okay, so look for those. Yeah. Bring your $50, get your tickets, and help out the trap and ski team.
Yes.
That's good.
We appreciate all the support.
Good. Lucretia, you brought in a registration box. So
It's full of tickets.
Oh, we're pulling tickets?
Well, no, not today. We're not pulling tickets today. So at the event Thursday night,
yes,
we're going to actually do the drawing for one of 3 boots, up to $250. We've got Twisted X and Justin Boots actually said graciously, hey, let's give away some boots. So Benny's is going to be where you can pick up those boots. But at local merchants, so we have the Hanger, Sweet Confections, Martha's Fabrics, the Antique Store, El Dorado, Bandit Body. Bandit Body came in and said, hey, let's add to the pot. So they actually threw in 3 wellness vouchers valued at $20, so that can just make it even better if you don't win the boots. Hopefully we can get you recovered with a wellness voucher. And then the Hanger actually came in and said, we'll do 3 also. So they're doing $50 gift cards. So one of 3 could be yours. And I think it's amazing that all of our local businesses have just rallied together for this event, and they're just really doing a great job.
So how much are those tickets?
Actually, they're free.
They're free.
So yeah, you come into any of the local stores and you don't have to even buy anything. Now I did. I made a large error and took my wallet with me while we were setting out things, and so.
But it was on sale.
Well, no, the cookies at Sweet Confections and the cupcakes are absolutely adorable. They've got air race cookies and football cookies, and I couldn't help myself. So.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Hanger and had to shop there too. So.
Yeah. So you're in that box.
You know what? I'm not in that box because I felt like it wasn't fair. But I did throw in friends and family.
There you go. There you go. So and there'll be some kind of a poster or indicator that if you make a purchase, you're in the drawing, and then you'll gather up all of those entries.
Yep. So Thursday night. So tonight we're gonna round up the boxes. Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. So every single night of this event, you can run into any of those local merchants and put your name in the hat. Now, Saturday, the Carlsbad Caveman Trap and Skeet team will have this at their booth also. They're on Roselawn. And you can find any of those kids and put your name in the box for boots.
Good. That sounds great. Now, once you have the drawing tonight, do all those entries go away and then you start over again with what you gather on Friday?
That's a good question. I don't know. See, let's ask Megan what she thinks.
I say we let the pot grow.
Let the pot grow.
Let the pot grow.
Let the pot grow. Makes it more interesting.
That's right. So if you don't win tonight, your name is still in the box, and you may win tomorrow night.
We'll do it like they're doing the 30 chances to win for the guns. You get 3 chances to win any of those prizes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's fantastic. And so the more people you visit, the more chances you'll get in the box, and the more chances in the box, the better your chance of having your name drawn.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Megan, is it ready to go?
We're getting there. We are getting there. The hard stuff happened yesterday. So all of our barricades, and the city has been so fantastic. I just want to start there. The city of Artesia has gone above and beyond in helping aid us get roads closed and parking lots. One of their guys was out there with me the other day at 9:30 at night, closing off Heritage Plaza for vendors, and we're just so thankful for everything that they've done. So I want to touch base there with the city of Artesia. So yesterday our porta potties came in. This year we're super excited. We have 2 handicap accessible porta potties. So we're really excited to be offering that. One of them is over at Gate A. So that is over off of Texas and Roselawn.
Okay.
So that is Gate A, and that there will be a porta potty there, and then there's also going to be one over in the actual restroom area, which is over by the old Artesia Family Fitness. The Knowlton family has been so gracious in letting us utilize their property for that. And then right now, that's why I was over here late. We're loading in food vendors right now. And so I was moving fencing and everything. And Lucretia was like, hey, are you on your way? I'm all, yep, sure did. So I took Wild West Soda's little rig out there and made my way.
Now, when she said mule, I was really hoping it was going to be
a real mule.
And
if somebody allowed that, I would take it.
I would take it.
I would. But no, we're really excited. It is still 21 and up is $10. We do have an option today, though. that you can buy a 3-day wristband, and it's one of those, it's a rubber wristband. So if you buy it today, you get a $5 discount, so it's $25 for the 3 days.
Okay.
So 20 and under, still free, kid-friendly. We're so excited. The Ocotillo and the Arts Council has put together a fantastic kid zone, which will be in Heritage Walkway. And we also had the Martin family, the Drake family, the Lyles family, and a bunch of other people came together and serviced and cleaned up and did electrical. Cowboy Electric came and fixed that up so it's safe for our kids, and it looks fantastic.
Lila's Ladybugs just texted me. He just left there. He sprayed for ants. We were all attacked at one point. We spent 5 nights and a full Saturday at Heritage Walkway cleaning, and all of us were bitten at one point or another. There is also a gecko in one of the trees.
There is a gecko, so kids, look for him.
Be on the lookout.
He's living there.
Does he have his little insurance cards with
you
him?
know, we do wish, but he still has a tail intact, so he's doing great.
Okay, that's good.
He is.
I'm surprised the Heritage Walkway needed that much cleaning.
It's the hard water. That hard water just sticks. Those tiles, they're gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're so slick, and I think that it just sticks to it. And so it took some elbow grease, but we got it done, and now we have this crew together, and we're gonna try and figure out how to continue regular maintenance down there so that it's open for all of our visitors coming through town to enjoy.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Lorraine Drake, she's just been incredible, and she has a vision for the future for Heritage Walkway. It's going to be incredible.
Well, it's a beautiful place. A lot of
really
work's been done over the years. Can you stick around for a few more minutes?
Of course we can.
Okay, because we're at the end of the hour.
Okay.
But I think I've got a little time. I'm going to make a little time in the next segment so we can talk
sir.
more about it, because it all kicks off today.
It does, yes, sir.
In downtown Artesia, so you can't get there from here. You've got to do some navigating if you're going to the post office or whatever.
Yes, sir.
But we'll get it all figured out. So stick around. We'll be back on the other side of the news. This is KSVP Artesia, K229AS Artesia. That's the 93.7 FM thing. How do you like our window tinting? Isn't it? Yeah, really helps out. Yeah, we'll be back in just a moment.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Arat Thomason. America remembers those lost on 9/11/2001. The mournful sound of taps heard at the Pentagon, one of the targets of the 9/11 terrorists. President Trump addressing service members at today's memorial ceremony.
To every member that still feels a void every day of your lives, the First Lady and I unite with you in sorrow. And today, as one nation, we renew our sacred vow that we will never forget September 11th, 2001.
Also ceremonies at the World Trade Center site in New York and near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, as well as in villages, towns, and cities all around the country. President Trump says he'll posthumously award Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Law enforcement officials say the sniper who assassinated Charlie Kirk is thought to have jumped from a roof, fleeing into a nearby neighborhood after firing a single shot. The FBI says a high-powered rifle has been recovered from the scene. 31 years old, the Turning Point USA CEO and Salem talk host leaves behind a wife and 2 young children. Inflation heated up last month. Price of gas, groceries, and airfares jumped, while a measure of layoffs also increased. It puts the Fed in a tough spot as it prepares to cut rates at a meeting next week despite persistent price pressures. In Florida, jurors have been seated for the trial of Ryan Ruth. He's accused of plotting to shoot then presidential candidate Donald Trump at a Florida golf course last year. Rally underway on Wall Street this hour. The Dow is up 573 points. The Nasdaq ahead 132 and the S&P 47 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-226-5454. That's 800-226-5454. 800-226-5454.
Officials in Qatar are lashing out at Israel's prime minister for suggesting there could be further attacks on Hamas members in the country if they're not kicked out.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, other Israeli leaders have gone on the record saying they had the right to do this in the same way that the United States had the right to go after Osama bin Laden after the 9/11 attacks. This Hamas leadership group was in Doha at the behest of Donald Trump, certainly, and of Qatari leaders to discuss Donald Trump's plan for a ceasefire in Gaza. That's what they were doing there, and yet they were attacked by Israel because Israel saw an opportunity with them being all together.
The BBC's Wira Davies, Qatar's prime minister, has accused Israel's prime minister of destroying hopes for hostage releases in Gaza. This follows that Israeli attack on the Hamas leaders in Doha. News and analysis at townhall.com. On Wednesday, the House passed its version of the National Defense Authorization Act with a bipartisan amendment to repeal two laws authorizing the use of military force in Iraq.
Legislation, which authorizes funding and sets policy for the U.S. military, passed 231 to 196. 4 Republicans opposed the bill, while 17 Democrats joined the rest of the GOP in voting for it. The AUMF amendment would repeal the 2002 Iraq War and 1991 Gulf War authorizations, as well as make it more difficult for presidents to bypass Congress on military actions. Lawmakers voted 261 to 167 to pull the AUMFs, which critics say have been abused by presidents as they grant the commander-in-chief authority to use military force without issuing a formal declaration of war. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
A government watchdog will audit how the Bureau of Labor Statistics compiles and reports some of the country's highest-profile economic data. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Camille Menifee. Camille is owner of Chez Camille. Thanks for making Artesia women beautiful. Happy retirement. We will miss you. And this is from all your happy customers. Today, Camille, you're going to receive a flower from Nell's Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Camille Menifee. Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. We were just talking about memory. And, you know, there's 3 things that happen when you get older. And one of them, your eyesight goes out. And the second one, your hearing goes bad. And the third one, I can't remember what that is. But there's a third one.
There's a third one.
But we're talking about Red Dirt Black Gold, which is about to happen in Artesia. And, of course, it's Air Show weekend up in Roswell. And have you guys been encountering strange visitors from another part of the country who have been in town for that?
I did wear a new pin today, Gene, and it says "Take me with you."
I see that.
So
Take me with you pin.
If you know that anyone's here from above, that it's just asking nicely. You know, you get things done when you ask nicely.
Yeah, things are a little rough. If you'll take me, please.
Just take me with you.
But
I've definitely noticed an influx, which we've been more behind the scenes, but there's been a lot more foot traffic on Main Street. And the girls down at the Brave Coat, I also work there. I've been there for almost 3 years now. They said that it has been busy. There is definitely an influx in visitors and all of that. So we're really excited.
Good. Well, that's
We've
great.
heard that Rob, actually, I ran into Rob and Lindsay yesterday afternoon And he said that they encountered a lot of people at the air show that are staying in Artesia, and so they were telling them to come down and enjoy the event. So
that's right.
We're looking forward to it. They have their trailer up there. Yeah, they're tired, but they're doing great.
Now they're the premier coffee for
They are the
air
only
races.
coffee for the air races. Yes.
Well, that's as it should be.
As it should be.
It's the best.
Yes.
Well, that's great. And I saw on the front of their store here the tunnel and the coyote thing, and I think they stole that idea.
Well, the
train club.
There's
some inside
There's
information.
some inside information there. So Peyton Yates and my mom teamed
Kim
up
Harris.
together, Kim Harris, and they ordered that and surprised Rob with it on his birthday. And so we were out there with staple guns Monday morning, hanging that bad boy up. And thankfully, Rob liked it.
Yeah, he did.
But
What's
now
he gonna say?
I mean,
so it's done. There have been
it's a funny
some
little thing with so many visitors coming to have that tunnel up there. Like, oh, sorry guys, under construction.
Well, I'm trying to find my original picture because I'm a member of the train club at the fairgrounds in Roswell.
Okay.
And we did that already.
Did you?
Yes.
Great minds think alike.
And I'm trying to find the picture because then it has a date stamp on it, and then I can
how
say,
cool.
"See, we did it first."
Yeah.
But it is a
The
neat
OGs.
idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really cool that you guys did that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
Awesome.
We've got Megan Martinez from Artesia Main Street, Lucretia Lyles, Benny's Western Wear, Tracy Atkins, Carlsbad Caveman Trap and Skeet, and Red Dirt Black Gold gets started tonight. I think the first concerts are at 6 or 6:30.
So gates open at 5 every night. We tried to keep it across the board so people can remember, and then music starts at 6.
Music starts at 6.
Yes, sir. 6.
And it's New Mexico Heritage Night tonight.
It is.
So I'm going to stump Megan here. Who's performing tonight?
El Origen Norteño and Los Constantinos del Norte.
Okay.
Yes, we actually teamed up with Encanto Event Center. So we worked with them. They were kind of our booking agents, and they did the middlemen, and they brought them in, and people are excited about it. We're expecting a pretty large crowd this evening. The interactions on posts, I've noticed an influx in specifically New Mexico Heritage Night, the shares and the comments, and people are excited about it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So that's tonight.
Yes.
And then tomorrow night is
Indie Folk Night.
Indie Folk Night, and who was I talking to yesterday? They almost let it slip. I think it was the mayor who said Fleetwood Mac would be there tonight.
Wow.
And I
well,
said,
so close.
No, not quite. Not quite. Besides, I think have they made as what's his name, Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks? Have they made up yet? Or are they still hate
something's
each
going
other?
on because on social media they have had a few, like their social media accounts, they've had new videos and things posting up. So I'm questioning if something's going on behind the scenes. I'll be the first one to go.
Yeah.
But we catch me
do
with a
have-
tambourine out there.
Yes. Right.
About to have a good time.
Right. Well, I know the keyboard player was it Christy McVie. She passed away here not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But so they better get back together while they still have most of them.
Yeah. Pull it together, guys.
To do that, but
Stevie,
they're
if
not
you're
actually
listening.
going to be here tomorrow night.
No.
It's a tribute band.
It is a
called
tribute band, Mirage.
Mirage, yeah.
Visions of Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
That is so they're going to be the ones going on last that night. So we start out with Mammoth Cult. They have come and played in Artesia multiple times. Our locals love them. They are out of Roswell.
Okay.
So we're super excited to have them. And then John Hibbard and the Haybards, they actually came out of Nashville, but he is from here. His dad works at PVT, and Laura made the contact on that within the first few weeks of her being here, and she pulled it off and got them down here. So super excited for that. And then Mirage goes on.
Okay.
So that is Thursday night. We're calling that Indie Folk Night. It's a mash of music, and so you'll kind of get more of an eclectic feel that night, but we're really excited about that. And then Saturday, when we kick off, we have 4.
Okay.
So Clayton Runer, he is actually a native New Mexican. He travels welding right now, but he's from out of Carlsbad, so he's opening up for us. After him, we have Hooks and the Huckleberries. They came and played at Balloons and Tunes for us this last year. They're out of Albuquerque.
Okay.
Kenny Fiedler, he is coming. People are pumped about that. His streams on Spotify are very, very high. And then after him, we have Cody Canada and The Departed, and they're making their comeback for Red Dirt Black Gold's 10-year anniversary. They were, I believe, year 2
Okay.
But there was some weather issues, and they didn't get to finish their set. So this is a really cool time to bring them in.
They're just going to finish their set,
You
or is it
know,
going to be a new set?
I'm hoping that they throw in a few others, but we'll see what we can work out.
He has a new song out called Leveland.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I'm hoping. I was hard to find. I was trying to find that to put on the radio.
Yeah.
And then the one of the Fiedler songs.
Yes.
You know, I try to listen to every song that I put on the radio.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I didn't pay attention to that song.
Oh yeah.
And then I got a call and said, you know, you got a song with dirty words on it there.
Oopsies.
And so that song disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie is what I said, but in any case, I think his other songs are still in there. I haven't had anybody complain about those. So
well, and it's just ignore that one because his music is great.
I know.
It's so great.
Yeah, I'll have to look and see. Let's see what do we got in there. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 Cody Canada songs in there.
Awesome.
And then I've got 4 Hooks and the Huckleberry songs.
Oh, good.
And then I've got 2 Kenny Fiedler songs left.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So we've been playing those for a couple of weeks on 92.9.
Thank you for doing that. That's fantastic.
Hopefully get people all excited and ready to go.
They'll feel a little bit more excited if they know a couple songs.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's easier to sing along when you know the words.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so the doors open at 5, or the gates.
Gates
actually.
open at 5. Yes.
I want to see a door.
I will see what I can pull off.
I mean, we can make that possible.
Like a garage door or something that opens
something
up.
that whips up.
But the gates open at 5, and then entertainment starts at 6 every night.
Yes, sir.
You've got I see we're renaming 4th Street to Cornhole.
It is. You know what? It is cornhole right now. Brad Davis with Top Dog Cornhole is going to be putting that on. So Friday evening is team play, so they're signing up, and then Saturday is actually open play, so anybody can pay to play a game, go down there, listen to music. We're going to have the large screen live streaming right there near them, so they'll be able to watch and play, and then y'all are going to be streaming the game Friday night well, correct?
That's right. Yeah, we parked the trailer. The TVs are in it.
Okay, so we got to take those out.
Well, I've got people to do that.
Yes,
Perfect.
you do.
Yeah. And so they'll hang the TVs, and 6:30 Friday night we'll start the stream with the ball game, and because the team's in Deming on Friday night, and we've got one for each side.
Oh, awesome!
So
that's great.
if you're sitting on the dining area there, you can see it, or if you're in the Heritage Walkway,
that's great.
You'll be able to see it there. And I told Wildman, he's the guy helping me, I said, yeah, look at these comfy chairs we have in here. So even our guys will probably sit there. And,
that's
keep
great.
An eye on that. I know, Tracy, you want to talk a little bit more about the Trap and Skeet team. Some of the season for this year hasn't started yet, but
Correct.
You did have some good success last year?
Yeah, last year our intermediate team got first place overall, and I think there's 9 teams across the state that compete. We compete with Albuquerque. Yeah, they have a lot of choices.
It's a big rivalry there.
It is. And so they got first place overall. They got first place in sporting clays, and I think that was it.
Yeah.
And then our varsity team got first place in trap singles. So they've done really well.
And
also Skeet as well.
They also got first place in Skeet. Our intermediate team did. They're a good little team getting ready to come
So
up.
I'm going to ask a really silly question.
Okay.
What is trap and what is skeet?
So trap, it's a completely different setup.
Okay.
Trap, you stand basically in front of the trap at different stations. And singles, it throws out 1 clay at a time. Doubles, it throws out 2 clays at a time. So they compete in trap singles and trap doubles. And then skeet is different stations, but your clays come from the right and the left. And so they have to shoot them as they're coming across. They come across as singles, and then they come across as doubles. And then they also compete in sporting clays. And so that's when you go out on the course, and each station is completely different, and they've not seen them. They pop up, they get one look at them, and then they have to do it.
They have to get their shot on.
Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty neat. I didn't know if it was like, the old line from the Blues Brothers movie, what kind of music do you play? Well, we have both kinds. We have country and Western. So trap and skeet.
Yes.
So they're
Trap
actually
and
two
skeet.
different levels of competition, two different
Yes.
setups.
And they also shoot, what is it, Cree?
Sporting clays
No,
and
no.
five stand.
When they scoot back.
Oh, they also shoot a level called handicaps.
Yes.
And what that is they shoot the trap from a further distance. So they, depending on their level and their experience, and the amount of clays they shoot at competitions, they keep moving further back on the trap line. So once you get to the 25-yard line, you're shooting from the back of the fence. And these kids, they put in the work every Sunday. They are practicing. They're shooting anywhere from 150 to 300 clays. Some weekends they shoot up to 400 clays in a weekend.
Wow.
So that is why this fundraiser is so important, because pulling that trigger, it costs these kids and these families that are out there representing New Mexico as a whole. And they travel Clovis, Portales, Albuquerque, Roswell, Las Cruces. We have several shoots there this year. So it's a lot of commitment from them. And as a scholastic team, we actually aren't able to be represented by the schools, even though they are youth. So they don't get excused absences. And they don't get the funding that comes from being in a scholastic and a school program.
Right.
So we do all of that ourselves. So 30 days, 30 guns, $50.
Get your tickets. Well, that's why I asked earlier if it was like an NMAA sanctioned event, but it sounds like it's not. It's
They're members,
right,
of all of the organizations. Safari Club International has been extremely gracious to our children, and so we're actually members of Safari Club as of this year as well.
That's great. So there'll be you'll have a booth at Red
Yes.
Dirt Black
Yes.
Gold. You'll have the raffle tickets available, and it's $50 to be in the drawing for 30 guns over 30 days.
Yes, sir.
That sounds great.
Thank you.
So, and what else do we want to talk about with that? We mentioned the cornhole.
I would
Now-
like to go over food, drink, and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we
Did you
have.
bring any samples with you?
I did not bring samples, but they are starting. They're loading in, and they're going to start cooking.
Okay.
So with the food, we had a few food trailers that ended up being unable to make it. So we have about 17 food trucks. That's food, drink, and dessert. And then we got approval from the state. It takes a while. They wait until the weekend of an event to say like, hey, yeah, that's great.
New Mexico.
I know. So we have 4 beer vendors.
Okay.
There will be one located in the center of Heritage Plaza where vendors will be. So that's Pecos Flavors out of Roswell.
Okay.
And then our other beer vendors, we have Milton's, Guadalupe, and Downshift.
Okay.
So they will be over closer to the stage in that dirt lot near Kith and Kin.
Okay.
So we'll have that, and we have over 20 vendors in Heritage Plaza as well. So it's going to be busy. It is a big deal. Yeah.
So these are not root beer mugs.
No, sir. Although they
is
are
one.
going to
Beer mug.
have non-alcoholic drinks available over there too, if you would like one.
And then, of course, Tammy's booth.
Yeah.
Yes, Wild West Sodas. Yes,
Yeah.
she's actually our food vendor coordinator, and I just really want to give her a shout out as well. She has been like my right-hand girl in all of that. She has so much knowledge. She is efficient, and she's just really great to work with.
Yeah.
She has done all of the behind the scenes on that, and it will be running smoothly because she does not allow less.
That's right. That's right. So you've got 5 different gates that people will be able to come
4
in.
different gates. So
We're
gate
down to 4.
A, B, C, and D.
Okay, what's the one with the
That
star?
is APD and fire. Yes, that is
Okay.
their point. So they are located in the smack dab center of the event. They're in between Western Bank and the post office. So if for some reason, if you see something, say something, guys. Safety first. This is a big event. APD and fire have also, just community partners, have gone above and beyond, and we're so thankful for them. So they will be out roaming the area, but if you need something, they will be right over there in between the post office and Western Bank.
Got it. And
Yes,
then
sir.
your gates are Texas and 3rd.
Yes.
South Roselawn, right over by the Ocotillo.
Yes.
Over here on 4th
4th and Main. So that's by the Wellhead, and then over by Kith and Kin.
By Kith and Kin.
Yes, sir.
And is it cashless for the $10 or?
So we have different options. You actually can go on to, it's on our Facebook page. We have an Eventbrite. So if you want to pre-purchase tickets, you're able to do it on there. There's also a VIP experience option that you can purchase there as well to be able to be in the VIP tent. They'll have their own screen. You get drinks, the whole shebang. Or you can purchase at the gate. Now, A, B, and D gates are cashless. So we do take tap pay, your card, all of that. Now, gate C is pre-sale. So if you've bought online, you go there, and cash. Okay. So if you prefer to pay cash, if that's your jam, we do have a cash gate. That will be gate C. And so that is by the Wellhead.
By the Wellhead.
Yes, sir.
Yep. On
4th.
Corner of Main and Cornhole.
On the corner of Main and Cornhole. That is your place.
I just saw that. I said, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The one other event, and it's not actually in this area,
yes,
but it will be going on this weekend, tomorrow and Saturday, is
pickleball. Yes, pickleball. The Mendozas have worked so hard. Maria she's great, and they're putting on, there's one Friday evening and then one Saturday morning.
And
so that is out at JC Park.
Right.
Yes, sir. We initially, last year, we had done it in Heritage Plaza. Involved a lot of tape.
Yeah, lots of tape.
They had to do so much physical labor on that. And now we have those great pickleball courts out there, great facility, beautiful. And so we're having it out there. They have the lighting, and it's going to be really good. She's excited. Now that, you can find the link also on our Facebook page or our website, reddirtblackgold.com. The sign-up link for that is on there. If there are still available spots, you'll be able to sign up. You can also go to Red Dirt. The map that we have is on there. You can access that. The band lineup is on there. All of your information that you need is also on that website, so you can easily pull it up on your phone, locate the map, and get through the event without difficulty.
And kids under 10 or
20.
Or 20, I'm sorry, 20 and under are free.
So it is a full family event. We have it fenced in again. So the entire thing is a walking beer garden. What had happened in the past before we had fenced it in is we had a beer garden, and then parents want to go in there, and then kids are there, stand by the fence. And so it's actually a safer option, and we have more control of serving.
Right. Well, it was on Main Street last year, and I think it worked out really well.
People loved it, and we had family style dining, which we're having again this year. So there's tables all throughout. You can go sit. We have tents, so you have shade. We're really excited about it.
So good. Another thing that Main Street has done this year that I thought was amazing was there's going to be water available.
Yes, we have free water. We did that last year.
So please don't get dehydrated.
Yes, it is. We know it's warm. Now the weather, we're going to be under the 90s the next few days, so we're thankful for that.
From what are you looking at?
Listen, I had been sent yay excited. It was going to be high 80s Friday and Saturday, I believe.
They're lying to you.
They're lying. Don't tell me that.
Report.
I'm still going to believe it in my brain.
I've got 94 today.
Okay, not bad.
90 tomorrow.
Okay, I'll take 90. That's close.
40% chance of rain and 83 on Saturday.
Okay, listen,
cloud cover?
90 and cloud coverage. Sold.
That's okay.
But when it comes to rain, I'm sure you're the same way. I don't believe it until
it's happening.
Until it's happening. And it looks like when they say rain, it's later in the evening. So maybe after 9 or 10 o'clock. So maybe
beautiful.
By the time everything's
and we have big old tents and canopies this year. So
yeah.
Remember a few years ago when that storm hit right at the end, and people were it was mass chaos. There was running everywhere.
It was monsoon rain.
It was monsoon rain. It was not normal. That is true.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So, but 83 on Saturday is a lot better than, and it was 97 yesterday.
Oh, listen, you should have seen us out there working.
Well, I did see a bunch of you out there working. We were down there about 3:30,
yes,
4 o'clock or so, and what was funny is Laura said, "Park the trailer here," and then Jessica came out and said, "No, you got to move it here." So we did. Whatever,
with the 3-day event, there is just so many more moving pieces.
That's right.
Just expanding the zone, all of it. There's a lot of hands in, and that's a great thing. It's such a wonderful team. Everybody's working well together.
I saw lots of people running around and setting up
our
tables
volunteers.
And all that.
We have had a great turnout of volunteers. We're so thankful. And all of our in-kind donors that are helping: Prestige, Royal Services, Phantom, TD Backhoe. There's so many more, but they want to help and be involved in the community. So go support your local businesses. What is the statistic, Jean? It is 60 to 70% of what is spent local stays local.
I think that's right.
Yep.
That's right. So go shopping and get your chances in the box.
Yeah.
And the drawings will be every night.
Yes, sir.
Starting tonight, right? Look for the Trap and Skeet folks and get your tickets for that. And if you see Megan running around, just, give her some water and fan her a
No,
little
the
bit.
amount of people that were like, "Have you had water?" At some point I did yesterday. Laura and I both. We were just. You get to the afternoon, we're red, we're running around. So yes, make sure that we're hydrated. Just check in on us, guys.
That's right.
That would be so appreciated.
That's right. Is there anything else we need to mention for today?
Just the kids zone.
Yeah.
Everything is free in there. I do want to touch base on that. Let me pull up the exact details on that.
Because I think the library folks are helping out with that, aren't they?
Yes,
And the
they
Apatio.
are. Here we go. So today, free arts and crafts from 5 to 8. And then to all of my Spanish speakers, I am so sorry if I butcher this. And if my husband is listening, babe, I'm so sorry. He's fluent. Así se baila folclorico dancing.
Well, that just sounds fun.
Folklorico.
There you go.
Sounds like
Okay.
a great
So
time.
there will be an actual team out there. They're dancing. They're putting on a show out there in Heritage this evening.
Make sure they're hydrated because those
6
costumes
p.m.
that they wear
Oh,
and everything
it's
are so beautiful.
Yeah, they're beautiful and intricate, but they are warm. So that's at 6 p.m. On Friday night, free arts and crafts from 5 to 8, and then DIY bandanas with Kristen.
Oh.
She is going to come down. I'm going
there.
to somehow sneak away and go make a bandana because that excites me.
Yes.
And then on Saturday, the activities are done with the library and the museum, 5 to 8, and then DIY bandanas. Here's the exciting thing, and I skipped it, the foam party. They are having a foam party Friday night.
But you just cleaned up the Heritage.
It's just more soap.
It's more soap. It's fine. It'll
Okay.
help,
We'll
right?
We'll clean. It's fine.
So
We'll
the
hose off
foam
the kids
party
and the
is
walkway
from
at the
6
same
to
time.
8 p.m. But you can find all of that. Where's my camera?
Oh.
On the Red Dirt Black Gold Facebook page and the Arts Council Facebook page, you can find this information for the Kids Zone as well.
Check it out.
Yes.
All right, we are done with the segment. Thank you so much. Appreciate
you for
coming
having
in and
us.
taking time to be with us. And it's going to be a great weekend in Artesia.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you later, Jean.
All right, we're going to take a break, and Aaron is standing by, so we get to tell jokes. That's next.
Paul tells us in Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 14, "Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness." Stand. Are you willing to stand for God? Are you willing to stand up for the truth? The truth is Jesus himself, and living the way that he has asked us to live. And so that's the very first piece of armor, is the belt of truth. And then you come in and you fasten a breastplate on to protect your heart, to protect your vital organs. And it's a breastplate of righteousness. So not only do I need to know the truth, am I applying the truth and living it the way that God wants me to live it? And am I showing others how to do that? See, that's the whole point of the armor of God, and the willingness to wear it, the willingness to use it. And so as you look at Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 14, have you put those two things on? Have you put on the truth, and have you put on a breastplate of righteousness? And are you living life the way God wants you to live life? If not, come visit us at the Hermosa Church of Christ.
Check out the savings this week at Finn's Country Market in Artesia. Select varieties of DiGiorno pizza are $4.98 each, and select cans of Chef Boyardee pasta with meat are 5 for $5. In produce, extra large red or green seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound, and bags of Dole shredded lettuce are 99 cents each. In the meat department, family packs of 80% lean fresh ground beef are $4.99 a pound, and family packs of country-style pork ribs are $1.77 a pound. These are just some of the savings this week at Finn's Country Market in Artesia.
Summertime is the right time to move on into the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop. The Cow is an authorized handy quilter long-arm dealer. They make their own quilts, shirts, and rope bowls right at the Cow. Come in and check out all the summer fabrics, plus stellar fabrics for our interstellar travelers. The Cow has Brothers sewing machines with warranties on sale now, and they can fix and perform maintenance on all brands. So log on to RoswellQuilting.com to order. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the Cow.
Family owned and operated for 4 generations, Forest Tire is here to service all your tire needs day and night. With your busy travel schedule, what you need is a tire that can keep up. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire with an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect. You can lose track of time and focus on what really matters. For all your tire needs, brakes and alignments too, Forest Tire Company is a friend you can always count on. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Looking for power, performance, and a whole lot of game day style? Come to Major Supply, your one-stop shop for industrial goods and outdoor gear. With the brands you trust, Milwaukee, Rigid, and much more. Built for the job site and tough enough for any task. And when the work's done, gear up for game day with team apparel, sunglasses, and all the sporting equipment you need to play hard and cheer harder. Tools, threads, and everything in between. Stop by today at 1808 South 1st in Artesia or check them out online at MajorSupplyLLC.com. Are you ready to make a difference in the lives of students and athletes right here in the City of Champions? Artesia Public Schools is now hiring school bus drivers for routes and activities. A CDL, background check, and drug test are required, but don't worry, we'll help you get your CDL. Join the team and drive our Bulldogs to success on the road and in life. Visit bulldogs.schoolspring.com to learn more. That's bulldogs.schoolspring.com. Drive the pride of Artesia.
Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, home-owned and operated for over 50 years, and here for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has the expertise to install residential, commercial, and industrial air conditioning units, including the conversion of evaporative coolers to refrigerated air systems. Cut cooling costs with high-efficiency Carrier units from Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your authorized Carrier dealer. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, a proud sponsor of the Artesia Bulldogs and our community for over 50 years. Hey, we're back. And it worked out really well, Aaron. Normally we have the Ocotillo on Thursdays. But it's Red Dirt Black Gold, and so we just took it over and talked about Red Dirt Black Gold for that segment. And that all starts tonight, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of work. Can you even get to your office in Artesia?
I had to take a different route this morning, but I did make it to my office, and hopefully I'll be able to leave when the time comes.
Yeah, we pulled our trailer in. They've got us in the Heritage parking lot because we have TVs on the trailer that we'll have out for the football broadcast Friday night. So people in the dining area, where all the food trucks are and the covered seating and everything, they'll be able to enjoy a meal and watch the game.
All right.
And so we're pulling it in, and then when we were done and leaving in the pickup truck, I didn't know how we were going to get out, and there was another lady that had just dropped off a bunch of tables. And so I said to Wildman, I said, well, let's follow her. So we went around the parking lot, came out on Roselawn, went up to Texas, went west on Texas, turned back on Cornhole, then went down the alley back, behind the theater, and then they pulled off over there, and we're like, well, how are we going to get out of here? And it looked like the alleyway right by your office had not yet been closed off. So we made a run for it, and we shot down that alley, and we pulled out there. What is that, 6th Street that you're on?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
So we turned off on 6th by your office, and we escaped.
All right. Well, the alley's blocked off now. So.
Yeah. Well, it looked like they had everything there ready to block it off, and so we made it out just in time. And then I'm picking up a couple of not vendor passes, but volunteer passes today, because we still have to set up the TVs and get the power to the trailer and all that. And I don't know how well "Don't you know who I am?" is going to work.
Right, you never want to depend on that one.
No. So they're giving us a couple of volunteer passes so we can get our guys in to get the TV set up and get the trailer powered up. So, but there's a lot of people doing a lot of work, and I think there's a lot of folks in town that are, even for the air show, that are actually hanging out in Artesia, which is pretty cool. So.
Excellent.
So Lana and I had to run up to Roswell last night, and Lana was worried, well, what about the traffic for the air show? And I said, well, let's see. And it was a typical, normal Roswell afternoon. There wasn't anything more than usual. There wasn't anything less than usual. It was just normal traffic through Roswell. So maybe they all came here.
There you go. Yeah.
Which would be fine with us, I think we appreciate that. So
absolutely.
I'm glad you got your 9/11 remembrances on there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was thinking I got a picture of Charlie Kirk too, and I was like, well, I was debating which one to go with, and so I decided not to.
Isn't that just a terrible thing that?
It is. It's so sad.
And I haven't paid attention. I don't know if they've arrested anybody or found anybody. That I know there were, as of this morning, there were 2 people that they had detained, but then they had released.
Yes.
And so I don't know if it's changed since.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any. I heard they found the gun and they've got some video of the shooter, but nothing further than that. They don't have the shooter.
Yeah.
In custody last I saw. So.
And then some people have been looking. Somebody sent me the video clip and I watched it, and I was very sad. Hey, potential spam has given me a call.
Oh.
You know potential, don't you?
I know potential. That's on everybody's incoming list. I think.
That's right. I saw the video clip. I'm sure you've seen it. And as soon as it happened, and he went down like that, I said it's going to take a miracle for him to survive that. Clearly, it hit one or both of the major arteries that go through your neck, and unless you've got a trauma surgeon right there that can seal that up,
that carotid artery. It's pretty much instant death.
Yeah, and that's really a shame. And I don't understand. I understand why somebody would do that. And then, of course, I was happy to see one of the commentators on MSNBC got fired. For saying stupid stuff. And now if just some of the other elected politicians that are saying stupid stuff. They try. I don't know if this is true. Did you see this? I think they tried to do a moment of silence on the floor of the House. And the Democrats all
silence, and then they were going to do a verbal prayer, and I guess some people caused problems when they wanted to do a prayer, which wow. This is America.
Primarily the Democrats went nuts. We're screaming, and it's like, just suck it up, folks. If you don't believe and you don't care, fine, but don't be disruptive to people that do want to do something like that, and just keep your mouth shut and sit in your hands and don't say anything.
Yeah.
And but that's not how people are.
Right.
And it's pretty.
Today's Democrat Party doesn't believe in allowing other people to do their thing. They will kill you if you don't agree with them. Apparently.
Yeah, and it's so I don't know. Somebody was speculating. I guess he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
I don't know.
Somebody was speculating that it ricocheted off his vest, and that's what directed it toward his neck.
I have no idea. Yeah.
So the full info will come out, and it wouldn't surprise me if he would be wearing some kind of protection in these situations, because there's just a lot of crazy people out there. I mean, look at that idiot in Charlotte, who's now telling people that whatever he's been infected with has caused him to do that.
Well, he needs to be infected with a bullet to the brain. Like,
he shouldn't be on the streets. And then the politicians, like the mayor of that town, says some of the most stupid things.
Yeah.
And how do these people get elected? How do we allow this to happen? How do we allow people like J.B. Pritzker to be governors? How, at least our governor had and our attorney general had a reasonable statement yesterday in response to the Charlie Kirk thing. But I don't understand. I don't understand people, Aaron. I don't. I really don't.
It's sad, the evil in the world. It is, for sure.
And the evil is there, and it's real, and we let a bunch of it in, and we're letting it permeate through whatever way you want to talk about it. We're letting it permeate everything, our culture.
Yeah, we in the last administration we were giving it control, and now we've got to scrape it out, and it's going to be a fight to scrape it out. It's in there tight.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot to scrape it out and not tolerate it.
Yeah.
Just got to not tolerate it anymore. We need to be done with that.
I think that's right. Let's see. Do we even want to tell a joke or two, or do we want to?
I think we need to tell some jokes just for lighten the mood a little bit.
Lighten the mood. What did the triangle say to the circle?
What did the triangle say to the... I don't see your point?
Very close. You're pointless.
Ah.
A man placed some flowers on the grave of his dearly departed mother and started back toward the car when his attention was diverted to another man who was kneeling at a grave. The man seemed to be praying with profound intensity and kept repeating over and over again, "Why did you have to die? Why did you have to die? Why did you have to die?" So the first man approached him and said, "Sir, I don't wish to interfere with your private grief, but this demonstration of pain is more than I've ever seen before. For whom do you mourn so deeply? A child? A parent?" The mourner took a moment to collect himself and said, "My wife's first husband." And my last one here, the doggy calendar here, there's something that's been all tore up, and it says, "I can't leave the stuffing inside anything." Looks like it got into the sofa.
Oh, no.
The sofa there. So, what do you have for us today?
Well, a man goes to his local church to confess. "Father, I have sinned." "And how have you sinned, my son?" "I've stolen someone's bike and am now here to give it to you." No, don't give it to me. Return it to the person you stole it from, and you shall be forgiven." "I did that, but he said he didn't want it." "Well, in that case, you may keep the bike for yourself," said the priest. The man leaves, and after the day is over, the priest comes out of the church to find that his bike is missing.
As you were telling that, I thought, is that the priest's bicycle? Yeah, well, the priest told him he could have it.
Yeah, it gave him permission.
That's right.
You know, a lady asked me the other day, "What do ballerinas wear?" I couldn't remember. I really felt bad that I couldn't put two and two together.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little research. Why did they call it a tutu?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there's a reason, but
There's probably a reason.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's probably not related to passing gas either, which we know.
Clyde the other night was saying, if somebody asked you what an orange tastes like, how would you describe it?
Huh.
There are just some things that are what they are, you know?
Yeah.
Like, how would you describe the taste of a banana? Well, it tastes like a banana. Yeah, but
Right?
how would you describe that?
I would give him a banana. Try it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, there's one less gnat in the world.
All right, good. You saved the day. So I got one more for you here.
All right.
This is advice for you. If you're feeling paranoid, just remember, you're not alone.
That's what they said. All right. Well, it is time for a market update. Let's see what's happening.
All right. This is Aaron Irving with LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC, bringing you your mid-morning stock market report for Thursday, September the 11th. Stocks rose this morning as traders anticipate the latest reading of a key consumer inflation gauge won't stand in the way of the Federal Reserve lowering its benchmark interest rate next week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 1.1%, while the S&P 500 gained 0.7%, and the Nasdaq Composite rose 0.6%, with all three major averages scoring new intraday all-time highs. It was a confusing batch of numbers, with the Consumer Price Index reading for August coming in hotter than expected on a monthly basis, but in line with expectations year over year. The CPI reading showed an increase of 0.4% for the month, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which was higher than the 0.3% that economists polled by Dow Jones were expecting. However, the index recorded a 2.9% on a year-over-year basis, as expected. Meanwhile, the labor market received yet another sign that it's slowing as weekly jobless claims saw a surprise jump today after job growth figures were revised down earlier this week. Workers filing for unemployment compensation for the week ending September 6th increased 27,000 from the previous period to a seasonally adjusted 263,000. That's the highest level since October of 2021 and more than the 235,000 that was expected. Today's action follows a second straight finish at an all-time closing high for the S&P 500, fueled by Oracle's Munster rally. The Nasdaq Composite finished marginally above its flat line yesterday, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost more than 200 points. Traders cheered Oracle's growth outlook for its cloud business, and shares saw their best day since 1992 yesterday and added $244 billion in market cap. Currently, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 518 points at 46,009. The S&P 500 is 46 points higher at 6,578, and the Nasdaq Composite is up 130 points at 22,016. West Texas Intermediate crude is down $1.16 a barrel to $62.51. Stocks of local interest: HF Sinclair is up 10 cents a share to $51.21. Walmart is $1.54 higher at $101.94 a share. Xcel Energy is up 32 cents a share to $72.63, and Apple is $1.90 higher at $228.69 a share. This is Aaron Irving with Oakley & Irving Wealth Management, serving business owners and energy industry professionals in the Pecos Valley and beyond. You can find us at oiwealth.com or at our offices in Artesia and Carlsbad. You can call us at 575-887-7075. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA, the SIPC.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much. Appreciate you helping us out with that information, and we'll hear what it does later today.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Hope you find your way out from your office, too.
Thanks, me too.
All right, Aaron will have the closing markets for us this afternoon at 4:30. Coming up next, it's going to be the Sean Hannity update for today.
Coach, can you talk about the latest trade rumors?
Absolutely. Right now, you can get big money for your trade at Roswell Ford.
Start your season with a win at Roswell Ford. Right now, we need trades. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. With 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit with great terms, with good credit, no credit, or even if your credit is less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, more for your trade, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Incredible in Artesia is open for business, ready to give you the hometown quality and customer service you know and love. Georgia and her team specialize in in-house design for quality custom business cards at a competitive price. From scanning to desktop publishing, if you need it, they can do it. On Main Street across from the Derrick Floor statue in downtown Artesia. For all your printing needs, think Incredible.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
This was a young 31-year-old young man, had his entire life ahead of him. The conversations we've had, he was so hardworking, so smart, really believed in everything that he said and fought hard for his beliefs. You know, young family, wife, 2 young children that will never know their hero father. Somebody that was willing to put himself at risk at all times and go into hostile environments for conservatives, which I'll be honest, I'm like, I remember one time I joked with him, I said, why? These people are crazy. He goes, that's why I go. Godspeed, Charlie Kirk. Our prayers, love, thoughts with him, his wife, his family. We'll continue our coverage on the other side.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Well, surprise, surprise, a little late, but I guess better late than never. The Fed Chair Jerome Powell has now fueled hopes for a rate cut. And guess what? The price of gold, it went higher. Now, safe haven assets like gold and silver tend to move higher when rates are cut. Now, that's exactly why I have partnered with the award-winning company Gold Co. I'm a customer just like you. They sell precious metals like gold and silver, and they do a darn good job with it. They also help educate you. They keep it simple. So if you're ready to learn how Gold Co. can help protect your savings with gold and silver, give them a call. It's 855-815-GOLD. On the web, it's HannityGold.com. They will send you a free 2025 gold and silver kit, and you can also learn how you can get 10% in free bonus silver. It's the best silver offer out there. Don't miss this one. 855-815-GOLD or HannityGold.com. One more time, 855-815-GOLD. On the web, HannityGold.com.
To be a champion, each team member must do their part to help the team win. That is true in business too. Edge Safety and Services LLC want to do their part to help your business win. They specialize in several field services: sandblasting, coating steamers, pressure washing, repairs, and cleanouts. Edge Safety also offers drug and alcohol screening and on-site services and safety trainings to make you better. Edge Safety and Services LLC, 575-736-1047. Proud supporter of the Artesia Bulldogs.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
It's too bad the Eastern New Mexico State Fair doesn't have a category for weeds, because with all the rain we've had, they'd be giving out lots of blue ribbons. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. We have powerful products to get rid of the hardiest weeds, and most important, we can tell you exactly how and when to use them to get the job done. Yeah, this year's weeds are certainly impressive, but at least they're green.
Prepare for liftoff, Earthlings. Krumlin Auto Group is beaming up as a proud sponsor of the 2025 National Championship Air Races. Experience the thrill, the speed, and the skies. Join Krumlin Auto Group September 10th through the 14th in Roswell for high-flying action that's truly out of this world. Learn more at KAGNM.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're looking good today, low to mid-90s, lots of sunshine, a little bit breezy in the afternoon, but not too bad. Overnight will be clear, low to mid-60s and a little bit gusty, and then Friday we get sunshine, low 90s again. We do have low pressure developing on Saturday that may bring us a few afternoon showers or thunderstorms, upper 80s, sunny and around 90 on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
And we've got 77 with sunshine right now. You know, we hit 97 for a high yesterday. It was only 88 a year ago. But we won't be quite as hot today. 94 today, 90 tomorrow, and chance of rain late, and 83 for a high on Saturday. So should be pretty decent weather for the Saturday activities at Red Dirt Black Gold and the air show and all that good stuff. So don't forget, we've got NMMI volleyball tonight on KSVPTV.com. They're going to be taking on Gateway Christian. Tomorrow night, we've got a crew headed over to Deming. Joby and Robbie and Bradley will be bringing us the game from Deming on radio and TV. We've got a crew going to be covering the Santa Teresa game with Goddard tomorrow night, and Roswell will be hosting Lovington at the Wool Bowl tomorrow night. So all that's tomorrow, 6:30 pre-games, KSVPTV.com, KSVPTV on the YouTubes, and of course on the radio, 93.7 and 990 for Artesia, 106.1 for Goddard, and 106.5 for Roswell High. Saturday, Artesia volleyball. Tomorrow they'll be in pool play at the Zia Classic Volleyball Tournament at Roswell and Goddard. If they get into the gold bracket, we'll have those games streamed. If they get into the silver bracket, we'll have those games streamed from Roswell and Goddard High, starting at 9, 11, 1, and 3. NMMI Broncos are taking on... is it Kilgore? No. It is... Kilgore College, 1 o'clock. That'll be on KSVPTV.com. The boys soccer team is hosting Valencia, and that there is a time change on that. That is now 11 and 1. JV's at 11. Varsity is at 1 out at the MAC, and we'll be streaming the varsity game for you at 1 o'clock. And then on the radio Saturday, Texas Tech taking on Oregon State, 12:30 pregame, 1:30 kickoff from Lubbock, Texas, and that'll be radio only on 990 AM, 93.7 FM KSVP. And then on Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys, game 2 of the NFL football season. They're at home in Dallas taking on the New York Football Giants. It's the 11 o'clock game, so we'll have it on 92.9 The Brand. Starting at 10 o'clock pregame, 11 o'clock kick, and on 106.1 La Pantera in Spanish language, 10:30 pregame. That's 106.1. All right, stay safe. Don't get into trouble. The sheriff's out after you. This is KSVP Artesia, K229AS Artesia, 10 o'clock. Clay and Buck. I'm sure they've got a lot to talk about next.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm John Scott. President Trump led the nation in marking the 24th anniversary of the September 11th terror attacks. White House correspondent Greg Cluxton has the report.
Joined by top military brass, the president addressed a somber observance at the Pentagon, one of the 3 9/11 crash sites.
As one nation, we renew our sacred vow that we will never forget September 11th, 2001.
He spoke of America's resilience in the years since